Good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning. We are coming to you live from the Winnifred Beach in Portland in the community of Ferry Hill. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Africa Forum. It is Running Africa. I am Pabuma and Peru, and the team is here on the ground. I'm with them outside broadcast team, my co-hosts, engineers, broadcast assistants, producers, all here on the ground in Portland. I'm going to start off with my co-hosts as we say good morning to Nicholas Evans and Roger Hassel, Mr. Huntley.
Good morning, Patrick.
Morning, Dave.
Good morning, Kabu.
Morning, Roger.
Good morning to you, Kabu, everyone. Yeah?
All right, as we said before, the entire team is on the air. They tell us who's on the team today.
First, myself, you, Roger, Romy is here, Mission is here, Monique is here, and Rick is here as well.
It is indeed a big team that is on the ground this morning, and in the studio, Shane handing over now to O'Brien. So good morning to you, O'Brien. Good morning to all our listeners on the internet at 9fm.net. Good morning to you on the 107.1, all the way to 107.9. Thank you so much for joining us on the Africa Forum this morning. This must be simply, easily, hands down, the best assignment we've ever had. Is that so, Nick?
Definitely, we're at the beach. Right, Sunday morning at the beach.
Sunday morning at the beach, and what a beautiful beach it is.
That is the point. For Jamaica.
Say it again, Nick?
A natural partner for Jamaica.
I'm telling you, this is one of the most beautiful beaches in the entire island. We are very proud. I don't know if the listeners can actually hear the waves, because we can hear the waves just coming in, and I'm telling you, this is clearly nice to be broadcasting from Winnifred Beach. This is a long beach, Roger. How long is this beach?
It appears to be about 500 meters or so.
Roger.
We kind of use the feet. I mean, we don't mean that to use the feet, but we kind of use the feet, Roger. Yeah.
I think what you said, you can see, right?
No, I'm saying we kind of use the feet in Jamaica. I mean, we have bad metric, but I mean, I would say this is about 1,000 feet.
No, listen. Nick said about 1,000. What did you say, 500?
Feet. Roger's trying to say. I'm saying it's about 500 meters, the close line.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Roger's very forward. 21st century man, okay. So are you agreeing? Are you in fact agreeing then?
Agree. Well, I mean, we're close. You said whole measurements and so on. You can calculate them and you put them together.
Alright. Okay, and as I said before, it is really one of the...
in Jamaica. I mean, we know we have gone metric, but I mean, I would say this is about 1,000.
No, listen. Nick says about 1,000. What the 500?
Feet. Roger trying to do
I'm saying it's about 500 meters, the coastline.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, Roger's very forward. 21st century man, okay. So, are you agreeing? Are you in fact agreeing then? Thanks.
Agree. Well, I mean, we're close. If you take the whole measurement and so on and you calculate them and you put them together.
All right. Okay, and as I said before, it is really one of the most beautiful beaches in the island. It is Winnifred Beach. There's a reason why we're here, and as you heard before, the entire IRF team on the ground. My name is Kabuma at Hiru. My co-hosts this morning, including Nicholas Evans, Roger Haspel, and of course the producer this morning. Our producer is also on the ground, Michelle Scott, our broadcast assistant, Monique Price, and we also have, and we're very happy to have this young man with us from the days of this corner until now. Now in college, but with us this morning, Romain Murray, and of course the chief engineer on the ground is Ricardo Powell, and the team will be here until 10 o'clock this morning. They're broadcasting live. And there is a reason why we're here, as we said before. We are celebrating as much as we're acknowledging. We're celebrating a partial victory regarding Winnifred Beach. We're also acknowledging the fact that this has happened, and we're doing that on the ground here at Winnifred Beach. We thought that this was a place to come. And one of the things we're doing this morning in terms of broadcasting live from Winnifred Beach is actually to say to Jamaica and also to the authorities that for us, Winnifred Beach is significant. It is relevant to the struggle for public access to beaches across Jamaica. It is sad that in this beautiful island, Jamaica, so many of our beaches are privatized. That's number one. But not just privatized, that the entire Jamaican citizenry is denied access to the beach. We noticed over the years, and Nick and Roger, you can bear me up on this, that as we walk across or drive across the length and breadth of Jamaica, one of the things that we notice more and more fences are going up and more beaches are being privatized. I don't even know if they're actually sold or people just thieving them. I don't know.
Definitely so, Angela. I mean, it's looking, when I came here on Thursday to look at this, I was just imagining, the rat race that would have been going on behind the scene to get a piece of this, because it's really a lovely beach, and everywhere you see somewhere looking like this, somebody, their dream is to put up a nice 10-story building and have foreigners come in and enjoy it, because probably they think things like these are too good for us, the natives of this land.
And for me, you can't really get everything every time in terms of the authorities and in terms of those who manages places like this, because when you go across the island and then you see places like this become popular, that time is them moving. And we have a problem with that, and this is a tremendous victory for the people of Jamaica. And
that is right, Roger, for the people of Jamaica. One of the things that we have noticed also in terms of some fences are going up. That's all right, in a way, putting up fences. Let us say we can live with you putting up the fences. But why deny the people access to the beaches? Because if you travel across the world, Barbados is one such place, Cuba is another place, that, yeah, you do have some fences, and you do have beaches that are opening, hotels opening onto beaches, and you stay there too when you go out of visit as a tourist, whatever. But there's always public access. In other words, you can at any time see the citizens of that country using their own pathway, public access to the beach. In Jamaica, it's all or nothing. You take it or you slip it up to, whatever. So I think that is for us why Winnifred Beach is important this morning, and one of the reasons why we're here is that I have been coming to this beach since 1987, and I know people have been coming before. So this is not a fly-by-night. People have been using this beach forever, and we found, 7 years ago, that there was, we heard some little argument, some little chatter about whether or not the beach would be privatized. And then 5 years ago, it intensified. And then 3 years ago, 5 years ago, I think the Winnifred Benefit Society was formed. And then 3 years ago, members of the Winnifred Benefit Society took the UDC literally to court, and there was mediation. We have that information coming up later. But it had to go through the legal channel for the government, and I'm saying government because the UDT is an agency of government, for the government to agree and to step back to allow public access to this beautiful beach that we're looking at. For me, this is a travesty that it had to go through the courts. I don't know what you're thinking is on that, Roger.
Yes,
and Nick.
in essence, I have to go to the court to prove that Mike can be right.
Well, for me, Andrew, my real concern is I'm looking beyond the beach and just looking at how we are treated as Jamaican, and it's a wonder we act that way. It seems we are not being governed by aliens, or we don't employ foreigners to govern us. It's our own people, and yet we treat our own as if certain things are not good enough for them. You look at a beach like this and it's just not good enough for the common man to use it. I mean, just the way how we treat our people. No wonder some of us as people in Jamaica, you know, we feel our self-esteem and self-concept is not so high, because I mean the way we're treated, and because I mean, we're Jamaicans are not allowed to use a beach. You don't have this widespread, lovely white sand beach. These places where rocks and stuff are, where nobody probably is interested to put up a 5-star hotel. Really.
That, Nicholas, I think you made a very, very good point. And regardless of what the authorities might say, and we've heard it, we have seen the press releases and so on, there has to be a coming together at some point of the people and the people's representative. It's an interesting thing that we're talking about, coming together of the people and the people's representative. But it is what it is. A coming together of the minds of the people's representative and the people, so that understanding to take place. And it's a pity that it has to be a conversation, that when you say representative democracy, that it doesn't mean just that. You know, in a representative democracy, who do you really represent? Do you represent the political party, or do you represent the people? And whose interest do you represent? Do you represent the interest of foreign direct investment, or do you represent equally and even more so the interest of the people? And how do you square off in terms of your thrust for FDI, foreign direct investment, and representing the people? How do you meet in the middle and all of that? And I think this is where we have a problem in the midst of globalization, and a situation where we are not active participants in the globalization process. In the case, if anything, we are being globalized, and that is our problem. You know, so that in that situation, what we find as we are being globalized is that our rights, our basic rights, are being trampled on and this is not to be xenophobic, you know, it's just looking at the facts. Our basic rights are being trampled on as our governments, and this is not political parties now, governments reach for foreign direct investment. I have a serious issue with it. We see so many foreigners coming in, building hotels, buying up vast areas of property, including beach areas, and in the midst of that, side effect of that, a deliberate attempt, is to deny Jamaicans of public access.
And it doesn't have to be so much, because I mean, two experiences. I've been in the Bahamas, and I see the people having beaches like this, long stretch beach where they sit up buildings like these. I mean, half structures, and I mean, when you look at the beach, crowds, I mean, hundreds, thousands of people are there, I mean, experiencing what the beach has to offer. I have been in the Dominican Republic with a long stretch of beach. Every part of that you have hotels, bordering hotels, and people. When you look at the beach, I mean, it's beach. I mean, thousands of people in the beach. There's access, I mean, like every 500 feet, you have access for the public to walk onto the beach without going onto the hotel property. And I mean, it's just natives and tourists and everybody mixing. I'm wondering, why can't it be so in Jamaica? Even if you have a hotel on the beach, why can't there be public access where Jamaican people can walk onto the beach, use the beach, tourists use the beach, everybody use the beach, and treat us as if we are equal human beings, regardless of our class, color, or creed, basically.
No, Andrew, and I'm here thinking that the landmark ruling in terms of what happened here at the beach. We want to see how much this can guide policy towards the betterment of our people as a whole, and the access of very, very critical areas here in Jamaica. Mm-hmm. We want to see how this will direct and guide policy.
And that's the point, and that is why we're saying Winnifred is literally ground zero for that. Winnifred Beach for us is a precedent. Winnifred Beach for us represent people power, true people power, what people can do and what people will do. That is what Winnifred Beach represents us. That is why it is important for us to come here. We welcome everybody who's gathering, because you see, we came here, it was still dark.
Yes.
To say that in a biblical way. We came when it was still dark, and we were actually privy to the sunrise in terms of day just lighting out through the dark, and then all of a sudden, whoop, it's daylight. I don't know how many, well, you see that if you're an early riser, but I don't know how many times I've seen it on the beach, right? Unless you live on the coast, and yes, from up there, so we see it a lot. But I'm not quite sure that a lot of Jamaicans have witnessed this kind of a daylight just popping out over the water.
Especially from the eastern side of the island.
I'm telling you, it was something this morning when
We are in these, right?
Yes.
when all of a sudden it was no longer night. All right, so really, really a beautiful day on Winnifred Beach, and one of the things we see happening, lots of folks coming in, and I don't know who got their free Winnifred t-shirt, but I got mine. Jesus. Michelle on BMs. No, honestly, you know, they're jumping up and down in hers. Something not for you, Stefan? No, okay.
She got hers as well, I mean. Okay.
That's mine. And do me a favor, money. Please put that in the car, because I really don't want to take it for another vehicle.
I have to speak with Cynthia, because she told me about them last evening, so I don't understand why they have reached me.
Well, Nick, I don't know. I can't talk for you.
Yeah, it's a high thing, because man can have a short, so we don't get any.
Maybe more package comes at the end of the program.
All right, and there are some folks already who have gone into the water, and I kind of like what I see, because the adult going in with the younger one, and that looks good. All right, so once again, we are actually broadcasting live from Winnifred Beach. We are on the beach. We are watching the waves coming in. We're hearing the waves just lapping the shores, and as he said, wow, that gentleman on the red church who is just standing up and just meditating. I think he's probably looking all the way to the horizon, literally, with the sea kisses the sky. Did you notice? It is a really, really a beautiful morning on Winnifred Beach. I'm going to be talking to a few of the principals here on the ground, but in terms of describing, good morning to you, Ricky. Everything okay? You enjoy the beach. So we go to a lot of Ricky. At first, we see you walk up and down. Make sure, well, anyway, the sound is good.
Even though I didn't Ricky enjoy, I didn't get the memo that something. Probably should have brought out the family to enjoy the beach.
Oh, you didn't get that memo, Ricky? That you should have brought out the family to the beach? Nobody told you could have brought family? Oh, God bless you too. Alright, anyway, so Ricky's walking on the beach. And this is what this broadcast is this morning. Just one of those mornings where if you're on the beach, you're going to have to do beach things. Alright, so in terms of just saying, and I heard you mention it before, Nick, and I know you're very good at describing things, what pertains on the beach. Because when we talk about beach, people think just the sand and the sea. But you have that area, but there's also another area where we're standing now, beyond that, which is a park kind of situation.
And Andrew, when I saw it first, I was so proud in the fact that Jamaican people, a group of people, community people got together and created this park. No government, no. It's a big, so to speak, and it's a lovely park. I'm looking at it and I'm seeing potential beyond my wildest dreams, true potential which involves Jamaican people and visitors mixing, eating, mingling, using the beach. I mean, it's something, it's really a beautiful sight to behold. The shops, the facilities, and then the lovely beach. It's clean, nicely put together in terms of landscaping, the almond trees, the coconut trees. I mean, trust me, it's real. Jamaicans out there, something worth seeing, and we'll be there until 10 and beyond. So, you can come up down here and join us and see it first and for yourself. It's like probably an hour and a half from Ocho-Rios. So if you're in Ocho-Rios or anywhere near there, you can reach here this morning and be a part of the experience.
See, one of the things also that is quite evident is as you know, Jamaica is a part of an archipelago of islands, and I mean, to see a couple of islands out in the sea off the coast, it shows. Well, you have an island out there. There's an island out there. There's a rock.
Why I just name them to you? I can't name them yet. What them name just?
We need that one, Kabu.
Kabu Island.
That one looking like a wheel.
Okay, Kabu Island.
Yes. Then they have concrete island out there, so, you know.
You don't believe it, the name in the box in the sea, that one over there is Kabu Island.
Yes.
It's a Kabu Island is over there.
Yeah, you have concrete island over there, so. Yes, but I mean, I can't just imagine that. I mean, from where our vision is, they're, well, coming into Portland, they're coming into Portland, you see a lot of them, and I mean, it's quite evident here as well, along the coast, and that's also up to the beauty and the aesthetic of the place.
It really is, and we talk about, you know, that normally when you say you're on the beach, you're literally on the beach. You go to the beach and you're immediately on the beach, and for Winnifred Beach, though, there's also a park area, and we're going to talk a lot about that to the people who are actually here on the beach. Also, there are lots and lots before you get. All right, so you have the beach, right? The sea, the sand, then another little area, which is not so little, but it's a lot of trees. And if you all around you, there are almond trees. You know these are almond trees, right?
Yeah.
These are like some really big almond trees.
Yep.
And there are many, many, many of them.
A lot of them bearing as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
Just not breakfast time, you know.
No. No, but just think about it. These are ancient almond trees, a whole lot of them. And in between that, you have a coconut tree, and you're looking to, if you're standing facing the sea and you're looking to your left, you're actually looking at, you know, a kind of forested area. Mm-hmm. And if you're looking to your right, you're seeing the curvature of Kabu Island.
Yes. There's a little spring down there as well in Kabu. There's a little spring, nice clean water, and there's signs saying no soap. I mean, so someone will have to tell us at some point during the broadcast why the signs no soap. Mm-hmm. Down by the little springs down there. I figure they don't want to contaminate the water, but I mean, I'll find out.
Because I suppose that water, you can drink that water just like that. It's a spring.
Yes, it's a nice spring.
Yes, so
and picnic areas.
The picnic area.
Yeah, in terms of where grassy area, you can probably play
It's not ordinary spot, it's no ordinary place. And I suppose that is why the fight that lasted a full 7 years was such a hard and a long fight. 7 is a good number now. Today is December 7th, you know.
Yeah.
You know that. 7 for 7. A good something now.
Today's my mother's birthday too.
Happy birthday, mommy. She's 77.
Well, getting there.
I'm just looking at the Kabu. It's no wonder why there has to be a fight. Regardless, I am of the view that it's the people who are using it, who are benefiting from it, who are earning from it, who created this lovely park.
Yes.
But, I mean, they would have created something and given somebody an idea.
That's it,
somebody who can outspend them by far.
Yes.
I believe it's not good enough for them.
That's always been the case. I mean, we do the dirt work and we create the ideas for Mr. Big Man. And Mr. Big Man do him thing and then we have to fight him just to get all right. That always been the case. We see it in Tenton, it happened here in Portland, and I'm certain it's happening other places in the island as well.
I'm telling you that the fight was worth it. I'm going to be talking to Carla Gulacha and also other members of the Free Winnifred Beach Benevolent Society. And I know if that is that Ashley? Ashley, if that is you, blink your light. Is Ashley now?
No, she's not here as yet.
Oh,
it's the SDC, but Ashley has told will be coming.
Okay, all right. So that is SDC, big. And Ashley, just that no. All right. Okay, so we're going to be speaking with Carla Gulacha, who is the president, I think, of the Free Winnifred Beach Benevolent Society. Before we do that, though, we take a quick break. I will be right back with much more inside of the Africa Fort. But in the meantime, though, Carla, wow, how many years have we been talking about this beach? And here we are together on the beach.
Lord.
It's many years.
It's many years, and today is a special day. Finally, the environment decided to come down. We are very happy about it. And as you can see, even if it's 6 in the morning, a lot of people are coming down because they know that you are here.
And that's really, really good. I'm just watching the people coming in and saying to myself, wow, they must have got up pretty early to be streaming it like this. But Carla, do you know this is not the first time we're broadcasting from this beach?
No, I didn't.
We did so. Yes, Nick?
Yes.
Did you know that?
Yes.
You know this is the first time?
Well,
I thought this is the first time.
I'm not sure.
Only one. No.
Because I did that broadcast. It was many years ago. All right, listen, it was the same year. This is what I can use as the landmark, right? It's the same year and the same day after Michael Manley left office, remember? And then there was going to be...
That was 1992.
You remember when P.J. Patterson won over Porsche?
Yes.
Right, it was that very same day. From under that tree.
That's a long time ago, right?
But this is historical place, you know. Winnifred Beach is not only a beach, it's a place because people know it, use it, and many things have been happening through the years because it's heart somehow of the community, but not only for real, the full Portland. I would love for you to see what happens when there is a real holiday like Easter weekend or Heroes Day. You cannot even walk. You have to ask, excuse me, sorry, because it's full. And something that I love to see is when you have the posters coming from Spanish Town and coming from Kingston. It's inner city community people, right? They pack up the picnic, take a trip, reach here, and then real party, because they love it, they have fun, they dance in the water, they dance out from the water, they have a beautiful day.
And this is really one of the biggest beaches, Carla. This is one of the longest beaches in terms of what we have left for public access.
Well, basically at this moment, this is the only one in this area together with Long Bay. But Long Bay is pretty far. Plus, Long Bay can be dangerous because the sea is quite rough. It's a beautiful place too. The other one was Boston Bay. But since some weeks it has been taken over by NEPA, so they will fence the beach and there will be an entrance fee even at Boston Bay. So it's going to be same as all the other beaches in there. It is very unfortunate that there is no sense of community and no willingness to allow people also to use the beach. I don't dispute if there is some public beaches and private beaches. People can decide. You want to go to the private one, go. But there should be spaces left for the people. I mean, if you go a couple of beaches here in the area with the entrance fee, we are talking about 1,700 J to enter. That's a lot of money. Plus, the flavor is different. I mean, it's not anymore a place where everybody goes. They're selected people.
And as we talk about Boston Beach, Boston Beach has been in a deplorable condition over the years and since last hurricane, actually. And one of the things you said just now is so it perhaps taking it over from the Parish Council?
That's what I heard, because we went to the Parish Council a couple of days ago to explain what was going on today. And the lady from the Parish Council was telling us that they don't understand how from the jurisdiction of the Parish Council the beach end up under the jurisdiction. Beach is not in a good shape, not only because nobody's doing maintenance, but because it's getting smaller and smaller. The sea is biting the beach every year a little bit more. And this is one of the reasons why I am so wild if I discover that somebody takes sand from the beach. It happened here. That people were coming in the night and
here at Winnifred?
Yes, it happened here that people were coming down in the night with a van or truck, and the following morning you find a big hole and missing sand. So we decided to put somebody in the night, which is controlled that nobody's doing it. And plus, we know basically who usually does it. We went to talk to them and explain, and now it looks like it's much better. But we have to be careful because I don't want the same thing happen here. Erosion. The natural erosion is one thing, but that human beings help it, no.
As you talk about people taking stand from the beaches across Jamaica, and especially beaches that are public beaches where the public has access to, that we're still waiting to find out what is the latest in the situation that happened. Was it in St. James, in Trelawney, was it? Where sand was taken from the
500 truckloads.
500 truckloads. Trelawney, Nick?
Yeah.
Who took it? We know who took it?
No, we haven't officially heard. I don't even know if they are even investigating the token.
There were some investigations which end up in the most terrible way, because the only one which has been charged basically is the driver of the truck. And he is totally innocent because somebody give you a job, you don't know if you got permission or no. The ones which send him, no name and face.
But we need to get a name and a face. This is how you got democracy. Isn't it?
Definitely so, but it sounds familiar in Jamaica. I mean, it's always the little man who has to take the fall.
Roger, we're going to put you on that story. What you doing over there, Roger?
Well, I'm here listening and observing. And yes, the truth of the matter that they had started some investigations in that case. But you know, things go in Jamaica. I mean, when as I heard the little small man get catch, I mean, that's where it usually stuck. And then gonna hear who is behind this and who. I mean, 500 clothes. I can't just a little small man.
No, where you going with 500 truckload of sand?
Yeah, you know. So,
you know, did they return the sand by the way to the beach?
Come on, Angel.
That's true. We cannot slip in on it. And we need to put back the sand on the beach.
How are we going to put it back from?
The found out is who? It's who? Oh, okay. We put it so they can't call the name on the air. I wonder why we can't call the name on the air if they found out who is who. Democracy? Oh, it
might be a multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
This is how you got democracy.
I mean,
you can't call it name.
Until you're sure it might be a multi-million-dollar lawsuit.
But you know, based on how I hear this all, who might very well know it too, but you know things Benjamin.
No, Roger, I don't hear it too, you know.
No, I mean maybe not me and you, but maybe it might be well known as who.
Well, because ask for yourself a bad on piece of paper and give me. Anyway, but I heard Carla saying just now that this was happening also here at Winnifred Beach. Was it a shocker to me because I didn't know that, Carla?
Well, it happens because, by the way, there are some areas like Blue Lagoon where there was no beach, and suddenly somebody at the beach, white sand beach. So I don't know exactly where the beach, the sand is coming from. I know the jet was coming down heavy. They were taking sample of the sand over there and try to find out where they took it from, because if there is no beach at all, and then in a week you have a lovely little beach, you must have taken the beach from somewhere else. As I said, we are determined to defend this, because if you don't do that, the beach is going to be heavily damaged. Plus, on the back, on the both sides of the beach, there are some areas where the turtles make nest. So if people goes there and dig it out, you kill all the eggs, you kill everything. So we have somebody now in the night, he take a picture of the ban or whatever, because I don't want something happen to him, and then the following day we look at the plate and try to do the follow-up.
These people are
this is what I'm proud about, you know.
Yes, hold on, don't forget that. Just to say that the call was not suggesting that Blue Lagoon took the stand from Winnifred Beach.
You sure? But or here or Sansan, these are two beaches in the area.
Right. So just get that straight.
Yes, I'm saying this is what I'm proud of. What I'm seeing here is like people power, people deciding, the ordinary people deciding that we need to protect this, and you know we have to do what we have to do to protect this. We have to create this, and you know, just looking at it, it makes me feel almost angry to think that having done all of this, somebody might want to take it away.
Yes, Nick, I know exactly how you feel, and somebody or an agency. And you know, I know the UDC put out a press release that we're going to talk about later to say that this was always a public beach, it was always public access and so on. But we're going to talk about how we got here, why we're here. This morning we're celebrating that partial victory, and we're saying partial victory because there's more to come. But we want to take a quick break and come back, and then after that break to talk to the people who are gathering here on the grounds at Winnifred Beach, on the beach, because believe me, it really is good to see so many persons gathering on the ground here at Winnifred Beach. Nick, Roger, I know you're standing behind some young men there who have come in. Just find out from them who they are, where they're from, how they're doing.
But like how far out you go?
Sometimes we go on boat and catch fish. We go all the way around on the rock.
Yeah.
And you come here all the while, is it?
Yeah.
All right, good.
All right. And once again, just welcome the persons as they come into Winnifred Beach. This is really, really a beautiful morning on Winnifred Beach. As I said before, one of the most beautiful beaches in the island. And Carla has been telling us one of the only remaining free public access beach.
Basically, in this area, at the moment, this is the only one. If they close also Boston Bay. I am sorry that today the seaweed is the only one which realized, right? You see, this is another thing. All this weed is coming in because somebody has damaged the reef. Because usually the reef is the barrier between the sand and those things. If somebody don't take care of the place, then you cannot complain when damages are happening. Because at that time, it's late. Like you already lost your battle. That's why we are so determined, because I'm very happy, that we get support from the I am there is seaweed. It's the only one which has been legalized, right? All this weed is coming in because somebody has damaged the reef. Because usually the reef is the barrier between the sand and those things. If somebody don't take care of the place, then you cannot complain when damages are happening. Because at that time, it's late. Like you already lost your battle. That's why we are so determined. Because I'm very happy, that we get support from the agency which are environmental ones, because they are teaching us. They come every 6-7 months. We do workshops. We try to learn what to do, what not to do. For example, burning garbage, all this kind of stuff.
And they have also said that they're going to be complying with the order of ensuring that this is the easement. The title is on the. What is the title on the easement? Or easement is on the title? It's which one?
The easement is on the title. At this point, we need to be serious. Yeah, it's a beautiful morning, but I'm very upset because I have seen the press release. The press release states 2-3 things which I do not like. First one, there is written that it is 4 years that they have been somewhere on the beach. We didn't see anything at all. So you play your game, I play my game. Don't tell lies. I am not coming here and pretend that we have beautiful bathrooms because we fix them. We are trying. But I don't want to tell lies, okay? So don't tell me. Please don't do that. That is 4 years that you are making sacrifice to keep the beach going. It's not true. Second thing, in the story of it has been a public beach and it will be a public beach. May I remember that all the first one, there is written that it is 4 years that they are doing some work on the beach. We didn't see anything at all. So you play your game, I play my game. Don't tell lies. I am not coming here and pretend that we have beautiful bathrooms because we fix them. We are trying. But I don't want to tell lies, okay? So don't tell me. Please don't do that. It is 4 years that you are making sacrifice to keep the beach going. It's not true. Second thing, in the story of it has been a public beach and it will be a public beach. May I remember that all these struggles started when they had a public meeting in Port Antonio, coming with some big plans with villas, great house, whatsoever, and this was not going to be a public beach. This was going to be the beach of a big resort, right? Now they say yes. They say yes because why do you think we went to court? It's not that we are particularly wish to court. But the thing is, there was a huge threat. And the threat was not the fact that this was public beach. The threat was that it would have become a private one, part of a big complex. So, second line. Third, we are going to develop the beach. That's what they write. And we, the people which have been maintaining the beach for 30 years, we don't have any value. I think that we have the huge the huge value of people with no name, no fame, no nothing, working like donkeys for 30 years to keep the beach going while they make plan.
You know, these are some very good points, Roger, and I see you nodding raised by Carla. This is very interesting because I saw that press release. I had similar concerns, and I'm quite sure that these will have to, the Benevolent Society, the trustees, like ourselves, will have to ensure. I hear you talk about no name, no face, but we must give names, and we must give faces, and we must call everybody name who here. Have gone through the court cases, gone through the legal channels, and have come this far. When UDC says we're going to be developing the beach, what does that development look like? What will that development look like? And does it mean that the original plan is somehow being considered to be pushed in onto what we have existing here? And how does that square with the court ruling?
To me, it means that no lesson has been learned, because when somebody keeps saying, I do this, I do that, that means it basically totally ignores who is on the spot and who has been fighting and struggling. I love to smile, but this makes me really angry, right? Second thing, we had some attempt to do a mediation, which could have been a good idea. We went to mediation, sit there for a long time, like 6, 7, 8 hours. And then we were reaching at the last session a possible agreement, which was, let's build coalition of local entities like ourselves, like the health department, like PEPA, which is the local environmental agency, like Fedil community, like the parish council, and UDIS. And all together, let's draft the project for Winnifred. Not too bad. We could manage to work together, and it's nice the idea that to have a teamwork. When we received the final document, which was the result of the mediation, the committee became consultative. I don't know if that is clear to everybody. Consultative means that you draft a project, but the last word is not yours. The last word is belonging to the owner. So, true, I'm very down to earth. I know that if I plan something and maybe I spend time and maybe I struggle with my team or other agencies to say X, and then the owner say, no, you know what? It's not X, it's Y. So what am I sitting there for? The idea was that this committee was the one which had the power. So the committee do it.
Wow, we have so much to talk about. Remember, we said, Nick and Roger, we said that this, for us, and I'm sure for the Winnifred Beach Winnifred Benefit Society, that this is a precedent, that Winnifred Beach is an example. Winnifred Beach represents the power of the people, the true people power, and that we are here not just to celebrate, not just to acknowledge, but also to identify that this is ground zero, that this represents that kind of a spot, a space for us.
Definitely so, Kabu, where people will know that if they stand up together and if they persevere long enough, then, they might be able to achieve certain results, because certainly, having heard 7 years ago the big plan for this, and then it intensified 5 years ago. If people were just grumbling around and did nothing by the way of some organized thing going to the courts and all of that, then this morning chances are we could not be here. And some of these shops and stuff we see here where people are making a living from them, they probably would have gotten notice already and, on their way out.
But beaches going to the beach should not be a privilege, you live on an island.
Live on an island, you're surrounded by water.
Going to the beach become a privilege.
But it is what has been handed down to us as African descendants in this country, the abolition of slavery, we were thrown out there. And the same thing continued to be perpetuated over and over and over and over and over. Is if ourselves I mean, ourselves enslaving ourselves. No, it just
that's the thing. Exactly.
You know,
and remember that Africans, enslaved Africans, were relegated to the lowlands.
Yes.
And they who enslaved went up into the hills. Now they're coming back down to come to the lowland. I know I'm going to pray, but I'm on a platform.
So that who ourselves now,
we have to look at our education system, which tells us that once you have achieved a seal and a piece of paper, you're no higher than those we left behind, higher than them in every way, so you can enslave them mentally.
That's the thing. Hello, swinging the beach over there. Hello. Hi. All right, remember you can swim in the beach. Okay, listen on in the sea. Carla did mention that so we're seeing seaweed this morning, and I saw that all the way coming into Portland, by the way, after the heavy rains. And come up and you mentioned the reefs, and we're going to talk about that when we come back from the break. We're going to go to a break. We'll be right back. Winnifred Beach in Portland. It's the community of Ferry Hill. You know, last night I was thinking about Ferry Hill and wondered why this place was called Ferry Hill. And I don't know if you know, Carla, why it's called Ferry Hill. But I thought of the Scottish and the Irish and the ideas of ferries, which is not so much our thing, but actually came out of our own thing. And then I said, but this must be the spot. This must be the place where if you want to do the future travel and the travel in the past, this is the hill.
I don't know if there are fairies, but it is the magic place.
Right, but we didn't call them fairies. The thing I'm saying is that, so if it's called Fairy Hill, you know, that when the enslavers came in, they might have looked at the place and said, oh, so this is where, you know, our ancestors would have made the travel back, the spiritual travel back, me attack, you know. I don't go down that line, but hey, it is a magical place.
It is a magical place, and is as I said before, a heritage. Because, I mean, I am in Jamaica only since 25 years, but when I came in, it was like this already. I remember my children, now my grandchildren, everybody playing on the beach, little soup, little chicken, little calabash, two rastaman, music. That is the flavor. You know, by the way, we never talk about visitors. Visitors love Winnifred Beach, love it. We have a website where they post their comments. Everybody says, the other beaches are nice, this is Jamaica. And they like it like this because they want to meet Jamaicans, they want to see how they eat, they want to make food chat, they want to share things. When you have tourists in Portland for a week, one day they go one place, the next day they go to another place, the other 5 days, regularly they come down here.
And one thing to know that the celebrities and everybody come to this beach. We're unique and okay. All right, see you with some folks, Roger. Go right ahead.
Yes, I have a little youngster. She's gonna tell me a little about what you were asking her about the beach beds.
Beach bed for she renting the beach bed?
Yeah, she can't. No.
She
Just she can't tell me a little bit about it. Good morning, what's your name? Let's see. All right, tell me what is the beach bed?
Something like this one.
Okay. Let's see. All right. Tell me, what is the beach bed?
Something like this one.
Okay. What is the one? I mean, you have any examples here? Any right now?
I don't see any.
You don't see any. But tell me about it. I mean, after what do you go? You carry it out in the city and what?
Yes, you might need to can go out in deep with it.
Yeah, it's a float. It's a float.
It's like a float. It's not actually something that you can lie on the beach or so.
You can lie on it.
The beach? Along the sand here?
Yes.
That's what I know them and then colorful. Doesn't have,
we were asking about them.
Yes, but I didn't realize it was that. I didn't realize it was that.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what do you use and make them?
Then blow up it, and then I go in the water with it.
Okay, so it's not actually it's something that you have not, you don't make it here, but it's like you bring it in.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, are you from this community?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
And what school you go?
Fair Prospect High.
Okay.
Fair Prospect High. And she has some other people there.
Yes, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, you're from this here?
Yes, I'm living in Zion Hill.
Born, bred, and
Belong to St. Thomas.
but across the border.
Yes.
How long have you been coming here?
I'm coming here over 15, 20 years.
Tell me about, coming here, what's it like over the year?
Beach is wonderful, but sometimes it's up and down. UDC want to take it away and all that thing, so we're grateful this morning.
Grateful that the victory has been acclaimed.
We won the victory. Yeah, we won the victory.
All right, let me start with this. Good morning. From the stairs of
Yes.
Ferry Hill.
Ferry Hill.
From birth?
Yes. Not from birth, but from Ferry Hill.
Yeah.
Don't check what's been on this morning.
How often you come here?
Often.
Often, you help the swim or what?
Swim.
Care the kids and family and so on.
This is my daughter. Yes, okay. Yeah.
Okay, so daughter telling you about the beach bed. Yeah.
My name is Dawn.
Okay, Dawn. Okay, her name is Dawn. How about a lady here? Good morning.
Good morning.
You also from this area?
Yes, born and grow in Zion Hill. My name is Daisy.
Daisy, and you come here to swim as well, or other things?
Come every morning, exercise and swim.
Wow,
Every morning.
That's nice.
Whoa.
That's good, yeah.
You say you have something quick to say quickly?
Yes, I want to say happy birthday to my brother. Fred Ortiz is a fisherman in Portland Jamaica, and he's coming here this morning too.
Okay, so
happy birthday to Clifford. Yes.
All right, and just welcome to all the persons, all the folks who are gathering on the beach here this morning because, wow, nice morning in Portland, lovely morning in Portland. We're looking out to the horizon where the sky kisses the sea, and it is beautiful, really, really beautiful. We're on the Winnifred Beach, and as we said before, not just a beach, but beach is a beach park situation happening here. Greetings, my brother. They can't come ugly back. He's going to interview, but you're not honor. What's the name?
Spanner.
Say that again?
Spanner.
All right, Spanner, interview now a little bit. So, how you doing, Spanner?
I'm all right. Just I love the work you're doing. Over the years, I've been taping you. A lot of tape and a lot of work that you have proud so much. I can't tell you that most of our work.
All right, thanks, Spanner. So, go to the soon here. Look where you come to. All right, how you doing, my brother?
Not bad. I'm very happy this morning to be here. And I thank you for your IRFM crew to be in here this morning. It's been a wonderful morning, although the struggle has not even begun yet. But I've been here for 22 years.
You've been on the beach here for 22 years. And what do you operate on the beach?
I do craft work. But apart from doing the craft work, I joined the Bolivian Society because it's been well to us. Because without we fight for this beach, from UDC, we couldn't be possible this morning to all these people that get here today. So, I'm really feeling overwhelmed within myself, Although I said it's not finished as yet,
Yeah, tell us about that, because you said it's not finished. What do you want to see? What do you want to see happen next?
Well, we want to see more people join in with us, because a small amount of us have been struggling for years. Although everyone is gathered this morning, but as you can see, different people in their different T-shirts and so just a handful of people. But even for many years, we've been going around telling the people that we let us fight for the beach to keep it public so everyone can come and enjoy it. Because people do this for us. Our ancestors are passed on as fight for us. My mother told me they have to fight the same way. So I think it's my duty to fight for the beach so it can be public for the future generation to come. I must also give thanks for all the not here maybe in spirit today. Must be in spirit here with us today. John Maxwell, Mr. John Maxwell. And there was a counselor in this community. His name is also deceased. His name is Mr. Calvin Bedford. He have done a lot for us too, So we keep the struggle. It's very hard.
I remember the work of Mr. John Maxwell that they talk about, and he was somebody who we interviewed many times about the beach. And one of the things, and Carla keeps stressing that too, that he has always said, is that we must know our rights, and that if you've been on a beach for over 25 years, then rightfully you cannot be just moved from the beach. You have legal rights.
Yes. So that's what you always tell us, and I believe that's true. And it must go like that, Jamaica, because of the government and the different agencies, the people intend to strafe away and not want to stand up for their rights, you know. But everyone have a right. We are part of the government, and if we cooperate and unite together, then we can move mountains, you know. And this morning, I'm feeling good. I'm really feeling good in my spirit, you know. As I listen on the radio a lot of times, there are other people in Jamaica that have the same struggle. And I hope this morning they can unite with each other and form a body. Because without a body, you cannot do it. One person cannot do it, or two persons. You have to have a body of people. Then the people in authority will listen to you. You know, because
and that's a very good point you're making in terms of giving advice to other persons across Jamaica who have the same problem. Right now, Fisherman's Beach in Old Reyes, Little Duns River, we have beach in Hanover, we have beach in Trelawney, we have beach in St. James. From Negril Point to Orange Point, Jamaicans are being denied access to the beach. And you're saying to them, after 7 years of fighting, what is your advice to them?
Well, I'm telling them that more keep strong and keep the faith and never give up. No matter what happens, you will have other people try to discourage you. Because we go through that in our own community here. You have people that even come out and even say, let UDC take it. But it's not belongs to UDC, it belongs to every Jamaican, you know. So you have to fight. If they comes in, they try to take away the people, not your home. If you don't stand up good, people come in and take away from your home. So we have to unite and you know, they have to just keep the faith and fight.
So the thing is that understanding the UDC and the role of the UDC is that the UDC is a trustee in a way. The UDC manages and UDC keeps the properties and is supposed to keep the properties for the people. So it really is a shame that the people have to turn around and say to the UDC, give up your property. Yeah. In other words, allow us to enter the property. That is a shame.
Yeah. It's really a shame because we are all Jamaicans. And I mean, even for the land around the beach, it was given for many years by that was Mr. Michael Manley, for farmers to farm, cultivate, and live on it and farm. And as years goes by, I don't know, maybe I don't have the tax fund paying, but the UDC have taken it over and they have sold it out. Every bit of it has been sold out. This is the only beach, and that side of Dragon Bay over there is owned by Bustra. Yeah? So they sold out all the way, everywhere around here. So this is the only beach that we have. Now, and even holidays, if you were supposed to come here, people from all off the flights are here, you know, enjoying themselves. There's nowhere else to go.
It is a fact, and across Jamaica where you have public access to any beach, and I'm telling you, there are a handful, there are just a few across Jamaica, and Roger baby up on this, and we hear, what's your name again?
Maurice Miller.
And we hear Maurice Miller talking about this, that when on holiday, the Jamaicans converge on the one and two little public places that they can actually go to.
Yes, that's true. I mean, from time immemorial, that has always been the case because, I mean, you have those times that you have to come and, you know, unwind. I mean, you know, ground. I mean, you know, come back to reality, come back to earth. And I mean, beaches like these are the ideal places for those. And then you have places like these, people coming. Then the time to the blame, I mean, what do you just continue?
You know, it's an interesting thing, you know, Nick and Roger, that a beach like this, which has so many trees, which is nestled in the woodland, down in the forest, and just below the mountain and all of that, is that when you come here, you know, you can't help but be calm. That's the situation, you know. And in a country where people are so stressed out, where there's so much crime and violence, where where people are just so angry with each other, that when you come into a space like this, where the water just lapping against the sand, they just are, you know, nice, like you can't put it to bed. Don't remember, don't it? Mr. Yalpa, me not true. Yeah, just nice and the wave and the sound and the wave and thing. And you look to, you know, you look to your right and you see the mountain, and you look to your left and you see forest, and you look in front of you and it's just an ocean. That alone relaxes you and it makes a difference in your behavior, doesn't it?
Definitely. And as we say, these are the only places we can come and really get back to ourselves. I mean, as people and so.
Yeah, I meditation one, you know.
Of course, it can.
For money, my body meditation, all the
Tell them, more and more people. I mean,
and wow, the crowd is big. Gathering you on the beach. Because I don't no meditation.
No, what I was watching is the amount of people. It's only 7 o'clock, you know. Sunday morning. Look at the amount of people which came down.
Well, I'm so happy to see the folks coming in though, just coming in and gathering on the beach. This is really nice. What it tells us is that we cannot give up in any struggle, and especially the struggle for public access. We're not giving up. Winnifred is ground zero. Winnifred Beach is our example. Winnifred Beach is going to guide what we do. I say to the folks on Fisherman Beach, don't move. Don't move. Don't move. I said to the folks at Little Guns River, do not move. Don't go anywhere. Please give me down the names of the other beach, Michelle. All the other beaches that people are being pushed up from Grail Point to Moran Point. Don't move. Winnifred is the example. Yes,
yes. Little Guns River is another example. I mean, they even run the fence. And with people like the ministers paternal and all of that saying that we were going to go down there and cut off the padlock and all of that. They themselves remove it before we even reach. I mean, people power.
It is people power. It's a real people power. And that is exactly how you guard democracy. Since what did you have in a milk cup? A cracker cup or in a milk? My Winnifred Beach in Portland, the community of Ferry Hill. And we still have an old theory about this Ferry Hill community. But we are very, very happy to be here. And as I talk to you, if you notice, I no picture taken up. So I have to just go and pose while I talk. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Brian. And thank you so much to all the folks who are gathering on the beach here this morning at Winnifred Beach. We're going to be walking to the shops too to talk to persons about what you have, or what you're doing, what you're drinking, Carla.
I am drinking a cup of coffee because I'm feeling coldish.
It is kind of chilly, isn't it? Yeah, just a little bit chilly.
But I'm happy if we are the voices of the many, because here there are people which really have been struggling for years, and I think today is their day.
We are definitely going to be, and we have been doing that, definitely going to be going from restaurant to restaurant to restaurant on this length and breadth of this beach this morning.
I know that I shot a lot, but I want to say another thing. See how many stalls? Restaurants, Rastaman, craft, etc. That place also is the liberty for a lot of people. Families which are on the beach with little place since 30 years. They send the children to school with that. And that is a value.
All right.
Angela?
Yes, Nick?
Well, I'm at one of my favorite spots. We got my shrimp soup.
All right. So what's the name of that shop,
It's
Nick?
JD's and Sons. Who is J and who is D and where are the sons?
Joy, that is me. I'm J.
Oh, so it's Joy, her husband, and her
Son.
Joy, Derek, and Son.
Yes.
Tell us, how long now you've been on Winnifred Beach?
12 years.
12 years, and what is... You know, of course, we know by me about the shrimp soup, but what is it you sell otherwise?
Chicken, rice and peas, fish, corn, and other stuff.
Okay. What are the other stuff, jerk? I mean, I was asking you last night. I mean, I'm on the beach and I see jerk chicken. I don't know. See you get the chicken out. But tell us, what are the other stuff? Conch, sea cat?
Conch and sea cat.
Is it one name, sea cat?
And drinks, snacks, all those things.
Okay, so how has it been for you? I mean, when would you say are your big dates on the beach?
Public holiday and in the summer.
Public holiday in the summer. So what about Christmas? People don't come in Christmas time as well.
That is also a public holiday.
Well, I mean,
Summer season. I suppose a Christmas season.
Summer is the most.
I see you wearing one of the free Winnifred Benefit Society t-shirts. How been the fight for you? You're one of those persons at the forefront?
Yes, I do. It's been hard, but we didn't give up. We tried, and we came up victorious, and we are very glad and proud of ourselves.
I noticed you mentioned you came up victorious, but you recognize the fight is not totally over, though.
Yes, I know that. I know that other parties left to come.
All right, so Joy, this is Joy, and she's from Joy.
Derek and Sons.
All right, and of course, I mean, I can recommend the shrimp soup.
It's good, delicious.
All right.
And tasty.
All right.
Who are you talking to, Big Roger? Is it a politician? Sorry, who in the vehicle with you?
Oh, I have a version here, but we have been discussing some other things in regards to, you know.
You don't want to share that?
No, I can't share.
Is it that you want to put a hotel down here?
No, I mean, he wants to share something, but I don't think for this purpose of this broadcast, I mean, we should do it yet.
Okay,
yes.
All right. Yeah, so we are actually going across the length of the beach to talk to persons who are operating, as you heard from Carla just now. Their families, their entire families are served by the operations on the beach. We talk about the craft vendors. We talk about the restaurant operators. I know Cynthia, we're looking in the corner there, who's working very hard also. Thank you so much, Cynthia, for making our stay here so comfortable. We have been back and forth with you. So, Cynthia, it's glad to have you in the cup there. You've been working up and down with the cup all morning.
I think that should be my chocolate tea with the oil on top.
Oh, that's what you're going to do?
Yes.
Okay. All right. See Nicole,
well, she didn't want me, so it's probably not mine.
Oh, I don't drink chocolate. All right. So, we're just hearing from Osman Cynthia. Is mine? Or coffee? Women are able to drink it right now. Also, I said the coffee coming up, please. Thank you, Cynthia. All right. We've been hearing on the news, I don't know how many persons have heard this yet, that in the Senate, just late last week, that the Senate passed a bill to use state funding to be used for political parties. There have been some argument regarding that. One of them is that state funds are already being used for political parties, and so that it's best to formalize it so that you can have accountability and transparency. Now, that's a bag of bull. In a situation where you can't even use state funds to fix the road from Portland Main Road to Winnifred Beach, where you can't use state funds to provide proper education for so many children across Jamaica, where you can't use state funds to ensure that state-run homes are properly taken care of, where you're not using state funds to ensure that you begin to eliminate corruption and poverty, that you have not yet begun to address that. And so the problem I have with that is that you cannot also use state funds to fund political parties. We're going to take the clip later on, not right now, but we have a clip to take on that because we're on the beach, but a lot happening outside. Even though we talk about the Winnifred situation on Winnifred Beach and the fact that we are very happy that the court has ruled that Winnifred Beach is a public beach. You know, it has always been a public beach. That's a true, Carla. It has always been a public beach. The thing about it is that there was a proposal on the table that would have privatized the beach, and that was where the standoff was.
You see, what you say is vital. Winnifred Beach is the place that we are defending. But I think that defending Winnifred Beach, we have to keep in mind that we have to defend all the other situations similar to this all over Jamaica. there was a law, there is a law in Parliament pending since 11 years, which was going to change some of these rules and regulations according to the possibility for public beaches to have free access. I don't know what happened to the law. It's sleeping somewhere on a desk in a folder, but nobody has discussed it. I remember Mr. Maxwell, he was trying to push for it, but he died. But we are here. So when we look at this beach today, I love Winnifred Beach, but I think that we should have a bigger picture and think about all the other communities which can experience the same tribulation. Somebody from your crew mentioned Little Orchard, right? I know that there are more because we got phone calls from
Little Dunswivel.
Yes, from different communities. So I think that we should lobby that what we do at Winnifred Beach should be becoming something that can be done all over.
And that's the point, you see, and that is one of the reasons why it was important to come to this space this time, so soon after the court ruling. The first available date after the court ruling for us was today. And thanks to the Winnifred Benefit Society that you allowed us to come in and to broadcast from here. Also against that background, because when we talked about this, Carla, you were very clear, and so was I, in terms of our agreement on the fact that even while we celebrate this half and partial victory, that it should be within the wider context to say that Winnifred's struggle is Jamaica's struggle, and Winnifred's victory is Jamaica's victory, so that if the victory is half won at Winnifred, there's no way that we can have total victory anywhere else on any beach.
I am very, very reluctant in calling this a victory. I call it just a step forward. It's not, because the victory is really partial. Yes, so we have a public beach. We don't have any surety about what's going to happen to the ones which are struggling to for victory is a free place. So that is the next round of tribulations. We are ready to go through them, but I don't want to have any illusions like, yeah, we have a public beach, but UDC in the press release that you were showing yesterday is saying that they are going to develop the beach. No mention of locals. So what's going to happen next?
And you know, if you notice, every time we speak with Carla, this is the point. What is going to happen next? Because, yes, the Winnifred Beach is managed, operated by the UDC. But the UDC is not the enemy of the people. The UDC manages these properties on behalf of the people. And so that this is something I think there needs to be a paradigm shift in how the UDC views itself. And it's going to be the public's job to keep pointing that out to the UDC, even if it has to go to legal channels. This is something that we have to talk about, is something that we have to decide on pretty soon. You at the Benefit Society have already started to do that, but I think that for the rest of us, for the rest of Jamaica, this has to be the thinking, that you can't just say, you know, oh, it's UDC property. No, it's a people's property, managed by an agency of the representative of the people, which is government.
And this is why I am so very deeply happy that IFM endorsed it, because you are the voice. You are the voice of the people, not ourselves, right? And the idea to build trust. Trust is a coalition which is giving strength to the request. You are the main trustee. We keep you on top of things, right? But we also have another couple of big entities like G-Jam, Trident Hotel, and everybody's trying to lobby now. I'm happy because I hope and I feel that we are small. UDC is big. If we don't have somebody which is helping us, giving some power to our voice and our request, I don't think we will reach too far.
And it's interesting because the point is, I am UDC. You are UDC. The thing is that we are the UDC because the UDC is an agency of the government, and the government is the people. They say it's democracy. Government is the people, by the people, and for the people. Or is it not democracy? We're going to take a quick break. I'll be right back. Remain a public beach in terms of giving public access to the people of Jamaica. This, for us, I heard Carla from the Winnifred Benefit Society reminding us that it cannot be viewed in its entirety as a victory. It's a partial victory at the least, that there is more to be done. But I'm standing beside the Member of Parliament for this area, looking very dapper because he's on his way to... Is it NEC?
No, not NEC. 2 church services and some other functions after that.
Wow, you're very, very busy.
Full day.
Full day. So Dr. Bloomfield, Member of Parliament for this area in which Ferry Hill falls, and also Winnifred Beach. Dr. Bloomfield, how long have you been coming to Winnifred Beach?
Well, I first came to Winnifred in 1987, 88.
No, both of us might have been here at the same day.
Who knows? Sometimes the ships pass and we don't meet.
That's the exact time that I started coming here, 87, and exactly how I said, 87, 88. All right, that's for many, many years. And you've been aware of the struggle on Winnifred Beach. Your own view of that struggle and why it got to that point.
Well, my view has always been that the people's patrimony must remain in the hands of the people. And so, let me quickly salute Carla, Cynthia, and all the others who have, over the years, I've kept in touch, especially with Cynthia, and understand their struggle. This morning, it is so good to see the families coming down to the beach, and it speaks to the very heart of why we struggle for these kinds of issues. The reality is that the voice of the people continues to be the voice of God. And if we ignore the voice of the people, it is at our own peril. So as representative of the people, it is incumbent upon me to always be at the heart of what the people are saying. And so it has always been, even from the 70s, going to school in Montego Bay, the reality of the beach being accessible to people in general has always been an issue. And so it was never a surprise for me, having come into representational politics, that I would take up this idea. Right now, the Beach Control Act is under revision. The policy concerning beaches and public access is under revision, and policy should be laid at some point in the future. That is the reason why I did move a motion, incidentally, in Parliament, because policy, draft policy, and new policies concerning access by the people is going to be played out in the very near future. And as a result of that, some action has started. As you know, the vision goes before the action, and action sometimes goes before the legislation. And that is why what has happened in terms of the Supreme Court recently is vision, then action, and then the legislation. So the laws are being drafted in order to protect the people's patrimony. And that will be in evidence in very short order.
And one of the things that you've said is that the Beach Control Act is under revision. What will the new Beach Control Act look like?
Well, incidentally, there are so many facets to it, because what is important is what practically does it give the people. For example, already know that many of the nation's beaches, the prime beaches, are already cornered, so to speak. Now, if a policy must be in practice, that means, for example, the Disabilities Act suggests that we need access for persons with disabilities. It doesn't mean that banks and so on who are already structured cannot retrofit to suit the disability and disables. So it is with the Beach Control Act. It doesn't mean that people who already sit on the foreshore or the beach or the floor of the sea, that they will not be forced to adapt and retrofit in order to facilitate access to persons in the common population. So a lot of things are going to be happening. And when it is laid out, I cannot speak ahead of time, because the final draft is not yet out. And of course, when it is revealed, then of course the public will have access to that. All I can say is the Minister of Tourism, and I spoke to him just 2 weeks ago, to suggest that we're going to open Winnifred, Boston, which we hope to hold the Boston Beach, which has neglected since 1988 in Gilbert. So I thought is going to start very soon here. And Winnifred is the roadway coming into Winnifred. So these are things that I'm supposed to meet with CEO, the chairman of UDC, not this week coming, the following week, to see if we can start to lay the basis and the groundwork so that when we engage the people in their own space, we have a credible argument as to why we are going to do what we are going to do.
Cabo,
Yes.
if I might, I would like to ask the MP, what level of consultation is taking place with the average person across Jamaica as to what they would like to be included in that act?
Well, as with most policies, draft policies, it is a draft. That is a framework, a legislative framework is going to be set up with points A, B, C, D, E, F. And it is going to be made public so that persons can now have access. One of the things I've noticed, maybe it's a lack of publicizing, but for example, the community-based tourism, which was laid out as draft, and the meeting was publicized, and it's just a handful that turned up right there in Port Antonio. So it's a matter of how effective we can to communicate, because then cannot say that it wasn't put out to the public.
Well, we're offering you the airwaves of IRFM whenever you're having anything like this to publicize that as much as we possibly can. A very good question Nick asked, because we interviewed 2 years ago, a year and a half ago, the legal representative from NEPA, who told us that they were, that a certain thing, the Beach Control Act will be revised and so on, but that there would be public consultation across Jamaica.
Well, some of these consultations have necessarily been concluded, and as I said, sometimes these things are announced, and when you go to the meetings, not many people turn up because people are not even aware that policy is going to affect directly what is happening to their lives on a daily basis. Like Winnifred is affected by National Reserve Conservation Authorities, the draft policy, and so on and so forth. It is ability to act affected by a number of people who are not even aware that it's going to affect them. And so once we educate, like your program is educating, more people become engaged. The people now lift their voices and their different opinions, and we come to town hall meetings and we make known our points.
We're very happy that you took the time out to be on Winnifred this morning to help us to understand a little bit more from your perspective, the links that you're looking for this situation. From Winnifred Beach Benefit Society, so Carla walking because you want to ask a question. Is that okay with you? Okay, go ahead, Carla.
Dr. Bloomfield, we are happy to see you here today, but it's 7 years. We beg you to come down the beach. We have sent you papers. We have sent you the petition for the Prime Minister. We are asked for your help more than one. You are talking about 3 weeks ago. Better late than never, I should say. Better late than never. We have been struggling in perfect loneliness for 5 years and more, sir.
Are you late, Dr. Bloomfield?
Thank you, Carla. But the reality of life is this, that where there are interest groups, sport doesn't necessarily mean that we all jump on the bandwagon at the same time and be very visible. The support comes in various ways. Just in the same way in politics, the great majority go out and vote, and you don't know who they vote and why they vote and what they vote for. So it is in terms of the interest groups, there must be a leadership core of people who will take it forward. The support is vast. So you can see this morning is only a very drop in the bucket of the support. And across Jamaica, Little Duns River, Reggae Beach, you name it, people out there in Jamaica support this. It does not mean everybody stand up with a microphone or stand on a platform. You know personally that my support has been there. You know personally, and sits where I sit from time to time, and her anxieties and my advice and my comment there. However, it is true that we could have done more. I plucked out the Beach Policy Act, and I spoke with the Conservation Authority. So sometimes work is done quietly. In the same way, Boston Beach will be refurbished completely. Nobody knew that I was working. In the same way, 250 million will be spent on the road from Fellowship to Moortown so that we can make a better claim for World Heritage Site for 9 monuments. It will be developed at the same time. Some of these things are realities. The water sewage and drainage project is almost completed, phase 1. Phase 2, we hope to start early next year, leading towards there in this direction. So sometimes the work goes on quietly. Civil society must take up the mantle to speak publicly. I am an elected official. I support you. But when I go to a meeting in Belcastle to talk about the private concern that they have up in there, I can't publicize it to all of Jamaica that I was in Belcastle working with them because they are sensitive issues. I support what you said. It is late. it is never too late. And so salvation, and I humbly repent.
Do you Dr. Bloomfield, recognize, because you hear we talk about a partial victory, recognize the other concern of the people of Portland and of the people of Jamaica regarding Winnifred Beach, which is the UDC manages Winnifred Beach. We heard from the UDC general manager last week who says, listen, we're not averse to persons, to leasing the beach to persons and so on. What can you do to assist persons to achieve that?
Let me say two things. The first one, the broader principle. You said it as a victory, and it is. But sometimes in terms of talking about these things, we tend to put it in a very adversarial and a very antagonistic way. Because what is coming across the air is that, boy, there's a great battle that has been going on. It does not mean that government and governance is not in accordance with what you're saying.
It's a great battle. I have been coming to the beach since 1987, 88. It's a great battle.
It is, but I'm saying the battle is only one aspect of the overall war. As you see, Winnifred is one battle in many battles across Jamaica. And some of us have to look at the broad perspective in terms of legislation to make sure that what happens in Winnifred happens in Ocho Rios and happens in the Grill. And so, each person, it's a joined up type of approach where public, private, and everybody else must do their part. And that is what is important. You don't have to have conformity. You don't have to have unanimity. You don't have to have even unity. Between it is unity.
Right.
Our purpose.
All right, that's the point you're making, but you still haven't answered the question here.
Just to answer the question, because that was a general thing. That this is probably, let me say it this way, and I said it earlier, the action goes before the legislation. The policy will probably reflect exactly what is happening now. And that we are futuristic, the pioneers have done it. And so it is a victory in the sense that it is now forcing the legislative agenda forward in a much more robust way. The reality is that everybody who's here understands the need for the public access to the beach. It is a given from our history, from the realities that are obtained right now, whether tourism or otherwise, that this is an act which is long overdue from 1950, it should have been done. And so the fact that it is happening now, this step in the right direction can only strengthen the battle, if you may, going forward.
Yes, Carla.
It's good to hear that. Dr. Bloomfield, we have a deal. You don't disappear after today.
He says it cannot.
Second thing, what Dr. Bloomfield said about the National Beaches Act is very important. But I do not think that things cannot be changed. Because there was another National Beaches Act in Bermudas where it was similar than Jamaica, like you pay to go to the beach. They decided to change the policy, so now even if it's a big hotel, you can enter, you just say, excuse me, I just want to go to the beach. Obviously, you cannot choose the restaurant, right? But you have the right to dive or walk across the hotel and reach to sit on the beach.
Dr. Bloomfield, before you answer that, you're very tall, so come down a little here. That used to happen, notorious. Do you remember Marriott, Jamaica Grand, that hotel there? When I just came to Otras, I was doing work at Radio Northeast as a student going back to Seminary High School. And on any given day, I could go through to where Jamaica Grand Hotel is, go through the lobby. Nobody bothers you. It's just I'm going to the beach, and you go to the beach and you come back out in the very same way. That has changed. I don't know if legislatively it changed, or people just say, no, so when I met more black people, don't you for hotel lobby.
Well, I want draw the race card. I'll probably more draw class card. Because many of us Jamaicans are black, even though some of them who have money are black, even though they don't know it. But the reality is that what I just said applies. Principles are universal, it applies in Montego Bay, it's applying in Portland. And as I said earlier, just like with the Disabilities Act, that the banks and the supermarkets and everybody will have to put in ramps so that wheelchairs can go in there. It will cost little money to them, but it is something that we can enforce. In the same way, hotels have blocked off access to some of these beaches. It does not mean that a wall can be opened, a gate can be opened at the side, or whatever, because the whole pet bourgeois idea of tourism is that the rich have it and they can be exclusive and they can exist that way to the detriment of the rest of us. What it means is that we can reorganize what is there right now to entertain that. So we are drawing information and experiences from Bahamas, from Cayman Islands, from the French Riviera, from wherever, to ensure that the policy is broad-based, universal, and acceptable. What is important is that it must be abiding in terms of the population. In other words, the people. That is what people power is all about, that the people feel comfortable with what it is going forward. That is why the draft takes so long, because we have to look at the French legislation, we have to look at the US legislation, to look at the other small island developing states legislation, to see how we can combine something that will work and that is practical and that will bring development, sustainable development.
So, why couldn't just look at Barbados? I mean, why we got France and...
I'm just giving you a broad perspective that the legislators cannot stand. Okay, we see something in Barbados, let us grab it. But then we don't see something in Cuba that we can probably even make that Barbados experience better for us. We are doing it for Jamaicans, not Barbados. They have their thing, and Italy has their thing. But if we can take snippets, things from the rest of them, to ensure that we get best of what is available, and then the voice of the people to look at it and see what is acceptable, then it is in order.
Yes, Nick.
I just, since we have a legislator here with us, I just want to ask, because I mean, somebody was pointing out that the UDC really represents the crown, not the people of Jamaica. But
what crown? What crown?
The Queen.
No, man, which crown? Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah, so we want the legislator to hear that for us, that the UDC represents the Queen, so the land acquired is on behalf of the crown, not the people of Jamaica.
Well, in this case, if you want to call it crown, the crown in this case is the Jamaican government, the Jamaican state.
And who does the Jamaican government represent?
When the legislation came in 1956, we were a colony of the British. The policy, the act is still from 1956, so it will state all lands that are not private belong to the crown. It's a terminology. It belongs to the state, it belongs to the Jamaican government. And therefore, we have to take it into consideration because it is law.
Who is it? Mr. Bloomfield, Dr. Bloomfield, who is the Jamaican government? Not me, you. Well, not me and Aishi.
That is why you are restricting people power. And people is the voice of government. People choose governments. Government ought to reflect and serve them.
Just look around you. A lot of these people are from your constituency.
Yes.
Who do you represent?
I represent the people. And that is why a couple nights ago I was in Windsor Forest. The last Sunday before that, I was in Islington. We were having meetings with the communities. We spoke about Winnifred Beach up 2 weeks ago. That meeting, not knowing what was happening with your broadcast or anything. We discussed it. I said we're going to have a meeting, a town hall meeting with Winnifred Beach, with Boston, because we're starting development at Boston Beach and moving in this direction, because it is a policy of government that public beaches people must have access to the public beaches. It is a given. It is not in discussion. But the way in which it is carried out, timeline in which it is carried out, and the manner in which people participate, these are the issues that we have to define. But it is a policy of this administration that the public access, every minister said it in the budget debate presentation so many months ago, that all public beaches must be made available to the population in every area of Jamaica. And that is why we are improving Boston now. Winnifred is going to be on the list, and we can go on to Long Bay and so on.
Cabo, we might need some legal advice, because I'm in told that government and crown are two different entities, technically. Can the legislator answer that again?
As I said, most of our laws, some of them dating back to 1800 and odd. And you notice we are going slowly to take off some of them off the books, like the flogging of people who commit crimes has just come out just this year. And so many other laws that are archaic, that are detrimental to the development of our people, to our integrity and our identity. Many of these things have to be taken off the books, and it takes time. We just don't just cross out the paragraph and move on. These are the laws that are enacted for the good governance of the country. Hello. And so this is the reality. So the crown only simply means that it is the British monarchy. And that is why we want a republic, to get rid of Britain, get rid of them as our sovereign Queen and Lord and Master, so that we can now legislate and put in writing in a way that is acceptable to our people, the development that we want. So the idea of crown and the idea of the monarchy and the idea of all of these things will go once we put the legislation in place. We can't willingly just start to talk about some things without the practice of it supported by law, so that it cannot be tested or challenged in any way.
Alright, so the point that Nicholas is making, that the UDC represents the crown. And you see, in terms of...
the government represents the crown.
Which is the point that Nicholas
and
is making.
And we the government.
No, which is what I want Dr. to respond to, because I didn't read it that way.
And that is why we are anxious to change some of these laws, because on the one hand, our practice is otherwise. So whereas we say crown, it is understood that it has now been moved from the monarchy, the republic, to our status as an independent nation. So when we go into parliament and we have to say to the queen and the queen and all of these things, it is anachronistic. It is something that's from another generation, and we should be done with them. We have struggled to get them, but there are people who also are adamant that we should stick with Great Britain, that we should go back to being a colony because we would have been better off, or that there's better fruit in Babylon or in Egypt or wherever. But we need to now get these off the books, and that is why we we can free up the terminology so we can put we the people instead of the crown who own the land. And all this is just semantics to a certain extent, but the practice of it is playing out right now.
Well, then when we spoke to the UDC general manager last week, he did point out that he made it clear that the UDC manages the land on behalf of the people. He did say that, and we can play that clip back.
And it is a reality, because the government is only there as a result of the choice of people. Now, if the people decide in 2 years' time, or decide in parish council in 4 or 5 months' time, that it is time for a change, it is the voice of the people. And therefore, but let me remind you also, CEOs, chairmen, all of these people will come and go. Different people put their own personality and style and management acumen towards a situation. So you might find somebody aggressively takes up an issue and works with it. Somebody else is laid back concerning that issue because it's not their core belief and their value systems. So if you are now chairman of National Housing Trust, you might take a different position.
Well, thank you for bringing the National Housing Trust. Let us get right there, because I had no intention of going there. But listen, what are your own views on what has happened with the National Housing Trust and the way in which $200 million were used to acquire lands in Trelawney at the same time when you're talking about fixing road from just up there so to down there, so, and we don't even have the funds to do that?
I am of view. Said there is the law, a principle, and there is practice. The practice and the principle is enshrined in the Act. And the Act says that the housing trust can invest. So there's nothing illegal about it. What is my concern is that, as you said, at this point in time, when the country is going through all of these things, unless it can turn over some money very quickly, unless we can benefit in the short run, in other words, if we had invested it and started turning over some money so we can use it, all right, it's bringing 10 million a year. We're going to select a road each year, or we're going to select a school each year, or we're going to do whatever to make it practical. To my knowledge, given the crisis, the special circumstances that Jamaica is in right now, I don't think, from my personal perspective, it was a wise decision. It is a proper decision. A legal, it could even be considered proper if you take it from the perspective that they are sitting there with the knowledge that they have over $200 billion under management, and so 180 is all, and money is coming directly from that, but from another investment. And therefore, that investment side of things, they can actually, just like when you have savings, you have money for your rent, your light, your house, but you have some money that you want to tuck away for a rainy day. You can't come money out of that and say, you know what, I'm going to buy this and sell it back and make a money and keep going, and that extra to the kitty. Those are the principles. So they are convinced in their mind from a moral perspective, an ethical perspective, that they did no wrong. Now, from the broader perspective of Jamaica in a suffering situation, it's like somebody who has a house, things are going all right, you're paying your rent. Why go and buy 16 flats in TV, when your children school fee not paid yet. Those are the principles that go to the heart of what many people are disgruntled about. That in a time and place like now, it could have been managed differently. I am of the opinion that it could have been managed differently, but the other side of the point that I am objecting to is that the facts are not coming out in a timely manner, so that we can chronologize it, put it together step by step, see where the thing is, and most importantly, come to the public that complete framework and picture of what it is, how it is, so that every day we don't hear another turn to the thing, which is further upsetting the community based on the premise that things are hard, poor people not getting the houses we want. For example, I'm sure they're sitting down and deliberating how to get houses to the majority of the persons who contribute from maybe under $2 million. That is manageable, that you can pay $6,000 or $7,000 a week or a month and be able to afford something that is reasonable and up to the level that we expect for national housing. So a whole slew of things need to be recognized for us to move forward as a country, and that is only one.
That is only one, because we heard that the Senate late last week actually passed a bill to ensure now and to enshrine into law that state funds can be used for fund political parties. What are your concerns about that? You know, to say concerns?
And this is a case in point, because the population doesn't know or has not been put properly to explain what this campaign financing is all about. It doesn't mean that you're a member of parliament and going to get money to spend. So just like 20 years ago when people used to stuff boxes and steal things, we've come a long way in terms of making sure that you have indoor, outdoor agent, you have presiding officers, you have people who get paid to do a job dispassionately. So the time has come for us to start to spend money to ensure that there's better representation, that the people are aware of what takes place in a setting like that, and democracy moves forward. It is not
to spend taxpayers' money to do that when our children, as Katie and I said in Parliament and in the Senate, and I agree with him, when our children are still going to school hungry.
Listen, let me tell you something. I'm trying to establish today, if nothing else, legislation is not action. The law is there in a particular way. Who says MPs are going to get any money to campaign? No. What it does is to facilitate the process, the electoral process. We don't know what's going to pay out yet in terms of the underground when the rubber hits the road.
That's a problem, because we don't know what is going to play out yet. No, I don't want to go too far, because I know you also have to go, and we have a whole heap to talk. You know, when we get somebody like you, we have enough questions to ask. You and Carla have one more too. So let me take Carla and we move on.
Question. I go back to I'm very stubborn, but I want to go back to Winnifred Beach and Boston Bay. I heard about developing Boston Bay. My question is it's going to be fenced? It's going to be there an entrance fee? That's what I heard. That since it's going to be ready, people will have to pay to go to Boston Bay.
Most of the public beaches right now, people have to pay. Whether $50, $20, so that we can keep the bathrooms, maintain a security, for all of these things. I am sure that nobody I would hope that very few people would object to paying $20 or $30 or $50 in order to ensure that when you come, the place is pristine, not for tourists, for our own selves, that there are good changing rooms, security where you can rent a little cupboard and put all your extra stuff that you don't want to drag the bags with you all over the beach, and so on. Sanitary convenience that is going to be first class. We don't want a little thing down the corner there and smell all kind of things all over the place. We want, because our people are our best asset, and therefore we the best. So if it means a little, any group you join, youth club, whatever, you don't pay a little dues. It's a principle that goes right across the board, that we contribute something to the global management of this issue. So, in other words, we are in agreement, must be a management. Boston Beach, we want somebody to manage Boston Beach when we are finished. So I'm saying it publicly now. Anybody who thinks that they can put together what you call it now, a proposal, an independent proposal, to come and show us how you can manage Boston Beach, what you're going to do with whatever. Boston Beach will go to that, and we let those who convince us that it's best. But it's too easily the same thing. uncertainty and the risk can come with a policy and say, all right, KD Knight, we have been doing this forever. We need little money. We're going to take a loan. We're going to fix up some things. Or we can maintain some tools. Maybe that's what we're going to you have potential and capacity to do all of that. The management, once it's done, it's going to be dependent upon who presents a guideline, a framework that can work successfully. It's of competition.
And all right, we're going to leave it there. It's a matter of competition. I'm so sorry that we have to wrap it there.
I have a question for the good legislator.
Can we take a break? No, we have to take a break.
All right.
Let's take a break. Let's take a break. It's a very, very lovely day on the beach. Maybe we just say, I know that we have been talking for a long time with the Member of Parliament for the area, Dr. Bloomfield. He has to go, but with Roger, you want to keep it for one more minute?
Yes,
so go ahead, yes.
Yes, we keep hearing the term vested, and we see places such as Belmont Park in Dunsford vested to the UDC. What I would like the good legislator to explain for us, the terminology vested, the legislative, break it down for us. You say vested to the UDC. Is there not?
Yes.
Yes.
I am not a lawyer.
Oh.
But semantic step, that word vested comes from vest or a shirt. That something is put on or clothed in it. In other words, the vested interest means that interest you have taken onto yourself. And so anything that is vested in something else is that somebody is vested with the authority, that you are giving it, you are clothed in it. It becomes yours, so to speak.
Oh.
Why did you ask the question, Roger?
Pardon?
Why did you ask the question?
Because we keep hearing this terminology, and we just want a clear picture as to why this terminology keeps popping up. You know, so I don't think I get a clear picture because it says he's a lawyer, so maybe someone more legal test could explain a little more, but if he has a little more clarity for us.
Yes, but that is what the word means in layman's terms.
Yes.
In terms of when you say something is vested in interest or vested in somebody. And therefore, the same principle does apply because you can use the word to mean the opposite in a legal setting as opposed to what the issues the people are and what the language says.
So in a sense, we're saying that you give close to the UDC to perform.
In other words, vested in it. If you look at history and you look at anthropology, you'll find out that when war, and remember now, everything comes out of society was a struggle for land and all of these things in history. And therefore the war that people are warring over land have started to put on all kinds of things to protect themselves. And so when you put on a vest, whether it's an arm or whether it's metal, whether it's whatever, a police put on a thing to protect themselves. It is a vest. And so something is vested on you. It is to protect you. It is to empower you to do what it is that you want to do. And so the law will vest power in an authority. The UDC is vested with certain things. A community like Winnifred and Boston is a vested interest in this to make sure it works. So you take on the power, you take on action, you take on the activity that will give you power for your interest. And we're all interest groups.
And you know, we talk a lot about the UDC, but another thing we have to remember is that while the UDC has management control of this beach, there are other beaches across Jamaica, where it is NEPA, where NRC, who else?
There many different aspects of government because UDC falls under one ministry portfolio. But the Ministry of Tourism has other vested interests in some of these things too. That's why the minister is interested in what is happening in Winnifred, not just the Prime Minister's office, because there are vested interests all over in order to push forward their interests and their policies.
All right, thank you so much. We have to wrap up this segment of the discussion. We're going to come right back to you. Roger, but I know Nick is standing with some folks. I just going to talk to those folks quickly. All right, go ahead, Roger.
All right.
Thank you so much, Dr. Bloomfield. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Bloomfield. Shaka Fame, well-known man about this place. Good morning, sir.
Morning, Roger. How are you doing?
I'm good. I was speaking earlier. You have a whole new, a different perspective as to what is happening here. First of all, what is your understanding in terms of the court ruling?
My understanding of the court ruling is that the Winnifred Benefit has gotten UDC to put on the title easement for access to the beach. I'm a little concerned though because I'm gone and read the entire thing, but I have some concerns which are a little bit different from most of the people because I believe that this beach has great potential, and if not allowed to get to its best potential, I am going to be really upset as a Portlander because one, a beach of this nature, we need to have proper facility. If you look around the beach, you're not seeing any lifeguard posts, and there are public holidays, Sundays, when there are thousands of people here. So you need to have lifeguards on a beach like this. One. Two, you must have a first aid post here. I'm looking for the interest of all Jamaicans who are coming here. You must have proper bathroom facilities. Right now, there are no proper bathroom facilities on this beach. So I believe that the UDC should be given the opportunity to develop the beach. There's nothing wrong with paying a small fee to come in because there has to be employment created by the development of this beach. Now, how many people in Fury have a job? Not very many. If this beach is developed, there's a possibility of between 30 to 50 jobs, new jobs that will be created. The people who are here, who are selling, will still be here. Nobody can move them from here. And as I'm saying, they got to give them an opportunity to still do what they are doing here, so nobody can lose. It is a win-win situation if we go ahead and make sure that all the facilities, there's no electricity here now.
Can you trust, say, government agency? You spoke about win-win situation. Can you trust them to come up with that win-win? Win for the people. Win for the, yes.
And I get a question you're asking him, and I also want to throw if you hear the noise behind me, is that the majority of the people on the beach have disagreed, and I disagree with what he's saying, but he has a voice. And the points he's making, I think, are very good points in terms of what needs to happen on the beach.
Yes.
But I don't hear the benevolence start to say anything different from what he's saying. They're saying the exact same thing. You need lifeguard, you need proper development, but you need management, and it has to go through a legal process. And I think that is the process that is now going through. And is he a part of a community?
Hold on.
Are you a part of a community?
Andrea, I live closer to this beach.
Well, that's very good because here's a community member. Let me just tell you what I'm asking you. Because here's a community member who has brilliant ideas, who can the community help to work too. Why can't you through the UDC find that money?
Of course, that's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
UDC as you
set up UDC, Andrea. Yeah, but it's only to set up a UDC against the people. No. The UDC saying
UDC is our business.
No, the UDC exactly. The UDC saying we have no problem leasing this. We have no problem sitting down with the stakeholders and working out how this will work. I don't hear you saying anything from any of what else UDC. What I hear though is a level of anger that I'm wondering why.
No man, there's no anger, Andrew. All I'm saying, we want the development. I'd love to see the beach come to a stage where when you come down here, you feel safe, you feel comfortable. At night, there is security. I heard Carla earlier this morning talking about sand, and we're talking about sand coming off at the beaches. I wouldn't like to see that happen to Winnifred Beach, so we need security here at night. Who is going to pay for that?
So, but the people,
I would look at timeline.
Keep saying that the UDC, which represent the people, can work with the people to ensure that happens. I think what you're doing is that you're making assumptions about what the UDC can and cannot do, and about what the people can and cannot do. But you are the people and you are the UDC.
No, you're taking the whole thing wrong, Andre. We're not wrong.
No, and I just not agree with it.
Saying that UDC is our business.
Exactly.
We are government. You've been saying that all morning.
Exactly.
So why is it that we are to go to court? Why we can't sit down together with the UDC and allow the UDC to spend money? They have our money in Andre. The UDC money that they are spending is our money.
You don't know why they went to court. You don't know why they went to court.
We could have sat down, Andrea, and worked the thing out and allow the UDC to spend the people's money. UDC don't have their own money, it's our money now. So when they spend it to fix our
Andrea, it's a part that this gentleman is far removed from what's been happening across the country in terms of UDC and the beaches.
Yeah, if you see what's happening on the beach when this gentleman is talking, I think everybody...
Yeah, this gentleman is far removed from the reality.
What Nicholas is that there are a lot of people on the beach and we're talking to people across, the length and the breadth of Winnifred Beach. Everybody's entitled to a voice. And so he's also entitled to his voice, which is just fun. What we have found, though, is that everybody on the beach is disagreeing with him. So let us just leave there for a minute. Who are you standing with? Gentlemen?
I'm standing with one of the gentlemen here who is one of the users of the beach. Sir, welcome to your fire.
Good morning. Thanks to everybody, and thanks for hearing my voice. I must congratulate Carla on her initial victory, and I'm sure she has her potential and her desire to implement all infrastructure for this beach to manage effectively in terms of proper restroom, lifeguard facility, and in terms of light and water. So it's not that UDC alone will be able to manage the beach effectively. She organizes her team and can raise money and make proposals to persons who have the resource. I'm sure she can manage the beach. So not to say again, under the beach or organization and it get run down. It's not her intention. Anybody who has fight some for 7 years must have a vision and a plan for it. So I don't want members of the community or anybody to say, UDC alone can run the beach in the interest of the people. 7 years, she must have dreams and desire to put in restroom, put in craft market and all the things and restaurants, make the thing run proper. I must congratulate her from the people. Give her a round of applause.
We don't want to overlook the others as well who have fought for this speech.
Yes, exactly. This is why Carla is saying to me that she wants to talk right now because she wants to talk about the members of the Benevolent Society, and she also wants to talk about the hard-working team, the community, and those who have been struggling for such a long time to take it to this part. So I really, this is what you were saying actually. Go ahead.
Yes, I want to know why somebody is coming here and tell us to handle the beach to UDC. We can do it. We do it every God Almighty day since 20 years. We do it every day. Why people chat a lot? We do it. And you see the beach clean? You see there is a lifeguard post. Every time there is a holiday, every time there is a big gathering, every vendor put 300-400 days out of his own pocket to make sure that there are lifeguards in place. I am totally in agreement that we need to develop the beach. I am willing to do it together with the people. Give us the beach and we will do it. As far as we are in standby, in limbo, we cannot do it. I want to move the bathroom from the beach and put them in the back. It's not safe. It's not clean to have them right on the sea. I want to that the little building that we have in the middle, which is bathroom now, become a little craft area where all the vendors can have a roof, a little stall, and sell their goods. I want that the beach is improving in every way, protecting the environment. We are struggling with the turtles. We are struggling to teach people not to kill them. We did workshops. We came here. I don't see any reason why we, all of you, not me alone, we, the community people, are not able to run it. This is a huge offense after 7 years that we run the beach every God Almighty day.
All right, Carla, and one of the things you wanted to say, which you haven't quite said, in terms of a team and those who have worked really hard to make this happen. We want to hear from Cynthia. I know Cynthia is very busy in the kitchen and so on, but we want to hear from her. But I'm standing here with Aishi Ho, who is the SDC regional manager for the region for parish manager for Portland, and who have been working really hard behind the scenes to assist IFF and the Winnifred Benefit Society to make this day happen. Thank you so much, Aishi, for the assistance, your personal assistance, and assistance of the SDC. Your own views, Aishi, what has been happening here?
Okay, good morning, everyone. Just to say congratulations, it's truly a hallmark event. However, as many persons have said earlier, like Carla and so on, this is just the beginning of what needs to take place in terms of the full development of the beach. I know that a lot of persons are here voicing their opinions, and everyone will get a chance, or most persons will get a chance to say what is on their mind. But what we have to say is that the management of the beach will definitely have to be a multi-stakeholder collaboration. It has to be persons from different parts of the community, government, community members, the Free Winnifred Benefit Society. We have the participatory governance framework that will have to all come together to manage the beach. It's not going to be only one person per se or two persons, but it will be a collaborative effort with the community, government, political directorate, and other state partners.
Well, the thing that Carla said earlier about that is that it had got to that place. It was a collaborative effort, but that at the end of the day, it became consultative, like in somewhere between deciding it was going to be a collaboration and submitting final proposals.
Well, always, even from earlier stages in the process where, you know that SDC has a mandate for community development, and we always encourage advocacy and encourage the community to take action for themselves. Now, our Minister of State, but he was engaged and he got involved in the process, and he had asked the CC to support what is taking place. So it's not just necessarily that it's the government and community. The government also wants the community to take action and manage the beach. Now, in terms of what is happening now, it is very critical that the community understands that with this victory, a number of issues are going to arise, and we have to manage these issues in a very professional and a beneficial way, mutually beneficial for everyone. And also, one of the key points we need to acknowledge is that in terms of this hallmark event, a number of persons over the years has been involved in terms of this fight for the beach. And we have community persons, we have marches that were held all across the parish, and we have a number of persons who have really stuck it out in terms of managing this process. So we want persons to be mindful of that. It's a parish activity, and everyone has to get involved, because it's not just one or two persons, but there has been a fight from a parish perspective in terms of persons demonstrating at parish council, attending meetings in Kingston, attending mediation, and so on. And just even though we have the Free Winnifred Beach, the pinnacle in terms of the forebearers of the fight, we have the community at large who has been behind them and trying to get this to fruition.
All right, thank you so much, Aishi Hope, who is the parish manager for Portland SDC. Thank you so much. Lots to do, and here's a hard-working lady who... Oh, God, how you doing?
I'm all right.
But what do you think about what you think happening here? But no, Dr. Boomfield, that over the toy, I believe this in there. See, no, about that, sir?
You're not ready yet, man. It's nice here, you know. It's nice here. It's nice. Good morning, Jamaica. Good morning, people. I want to say welcome to you all, and we are happy to have you here this morning. As we know, this is Winnifred Beach. And you know, we are celebrating part 1 this morning. And as I always say, I always put my Almighty God in front of everything I say. Because without the Almighty God, we cannot move on. Now, listen to me, people. I know it's a hard struggle. No, a lot of people don't know what we have been through. They didn't know the beginning until now we are reached. People will say all manner of things. They will say good, they will say bad. But as I said, Jesus went through a lot of struggle for us. And we here at Winnifred, we have to go through the same struggle. And at the end of it, we will, once we get the support, once people is there to fight, stand up, we will. I believe, I have that faith, and I know we are going to get this beach.
All right, thank you so much. Cynthia Miller. Now, Cynthia, I know you're on the war part and that's the revolutionary spirit in you, but I still want to ask, what have you in the kitchen there?
We have some happy and saltfish fried
from Winnifred Beach, and boy, is the crowd growing on the beach. Wow. Roger. It's going.
Yes, indeed, it's growing, and I can say it's really a popular destination for persons in and out of the area to come here and really relax and, at peace with themselves, and here's an ideal place. And I mean, what we want is just people coming together, working together towards one goal. And we're hoping that
the views, yeah, it will get. I mean, this is long in coming now. Seven years of struggle, and it's a big team. We talk a lot about, as you heard Aishi talk just now, Aishi Hope talked about, we talk a lot about the Free Winnifred Benefit Society. Carla herself mentioned it. It's a big team. There are a lot of people who have supported this over the years and continue to support this. A lot of them on the beach right now. Also, before I go further, let me just remind persons who are coming in and who are driving, please do not park on the sand. For those persons who are driving, the parking is, what's the parking column?
The parking is in the back of the beach, and there are 2 cars on the sand.
All right, so 3091 FJ, that one, and 2, what that number there, Nick? All right.
That's 2567 GN. I'm a bigger.
Alright, the Bima, what's it beside the Bima, Nick?
That looks like on day.
Okay, so the on day and the Bima. Check it off a stand, please. Alright, so there's the reason why I'm asking not to the park on the stand, because you're further damaging the beach. So there's parking as you come in, and just behind the beach. So it's always behind the beach, it's right in front of the beach actually. Alright, so we talked about those persons who have been working, struggling in the struggle. There's a court ruling actually, and there's a court ruling because a case, there was mediation, and lots of mediation, and then this whole thing was taken to court by 4 members of the Free Winnifred Benefit Society, and the 4 members, I know some of them are on the ground. I don't know if all of them are on the ground.
I mean, those who went to court?
Who actually went to court.
Yes, I have one of them here.
Sorry?
One of them here.
Oh, one is deceased. Samuel King, who is deceased. Itilda Williams, Hortense Allen, Alfred Williams, Barbara Simpson, and then many others who you've heard so much more about. Cynthia Miller, Carla Gulacho, Joy White, Albert Dungo Beckford, Doreen Simpson, Marjorie Simpson, Dimple Allen, Maurice Mill, who we spoke to earlier. Ernie, we didn't get Ernie's last name, but I'm quite sure that there are many more who have been involved in this, but just a few of the names. And you let me know, Carla, if I'm leaving anybody out. But that's just a few of the names of the persons who have been involved in this from a very long time. Who did I leave out?
I don't know, because sometimes I don't even remember.
Oh, no, you were pointing at someone?
Oh, no, I point at Dungo, which is Mr. Beckford.
Oh, I did say Dungo. Hey, good morning, Dungo.
Good morning, Nigeria.
All right, finish eating Dungo. I want to eat Dungo soup. All right, go right ahead.
Yes, I have here one of the plaintiffs, actually, in that court case, Hortense Allen. And she is here. She has finally decided to come forward. I gather a number of them are here, but they didn't want to come forward. Good morning, Hortense.
Good morning.
Yes. Congratulations, Hortense. Good work. Good work. Take this into court. Brilliant.
Yeah, because we want it on our beach. So we want to uplift it, you know?
Yes.
A group of us and uplift it. It's our beach. We born on it. And we're gonna dead on it.
How long you
decide to fight on it?
How long you been on it? Oh, that's brilliant. How long have you been on it?
How long have you been on it?
I'm 59 years of age, and I'm here from 59 until now.
Wow.
I'm here.
Tell us about the court trips. I know Roger interviewing, but I'm telling it over. Tell us about the court situation.
Well, the court situation, we have to go to court and talk about the beat and have it for ourselves. UDC trying to get it, but it's not everyone is going to have. We have to have something for ourselves too. You see, we are poor, they don't have it already. So we have to try to have a little out of it as long as we can live to have it. Okay?
But are you afraid that any time with the big lawyers and so on?
No, I did not.
I mean, just ask.
No, because we are going on.
Yes. Right. Boy, go ahead, Roger. Sorry.
Yeah, so what about like maybe because of course you have other voices in terms of their ideas about this beach and in terms of security and facilities and other things regarding the overall keeping up this beach. I mean, how as a group you come together and discuss those concerns?
Well, a lot of people prefer this beach, and we get a lot of sponsors to uplift it, help us with it. If we have a little, can put together and help some, but if we can't help...
What do you mean? Money?
Money, yes.
You have it.
No, man, you have it, man. That's a lot, Roger. You have it, man.
I know you personally have it, but...
As I say, people come together and
we want to have the beach because that's where our livelihood coming from.
So now that you have got your foot in terms of this court case, what are some of the immediate plans as a group coming together that you need to look at to further uplift this beach?
Well, we want the water and the road, to fix the road, and the bathroom. That's the more important thing we have.
And how far are you in terms of getting there?
We soon get there. We soon get there.
And as the individuals in the fight, you have to do your own fundraising and so on.
Yeah, we do fundraising. Like the group of us do the fundraising and get some money to put towards it.
Okay, well, Victor, well, and congratulations, and we certainly hope that all your plans will come true.
Will come true, yeah.
And once again, a partial victory. Thank you so much once again. Congratulations. I mean, that was a bold move.
Yeah, man. Portland Allen, one of the 5 plaintiffs.
Portland Allen. A bold move on the part of these strong members of the Free Winnifred Benefit Society who actually decided to take this into the court. So once again, Samuel King, who was passed on, we acknowledge his spirit. Sylvia Williams, Hortense Allen, Alfreda Williams, Barbara Simpson. And I know that they talked about sponsorship and so on. And as this becomes more and more public, and it's been a fight that's been going on through the media and outside of the media for at least 7 years, but more and more publicity being given to the Winnifred Beach situation. Once again, we say Winnifred Beach is a model that we have more and more interest, and some of that interest, good interest in terms of sponsorship and so on, and what can be done. So we're going to talk about that later on also. But Carla, you're look here now, Carla. Didn't Dr. Bloomfield say he had to leave?
Yes.
Dr. Bloomfield? Present?
Carla, are you surprised? This is the spirit of the African Forum.
He came in late, but now it's permanent. Dr. Bloomfield, remember to go home at night.
Dr. Bloomfield, I wish to apologize to the people that you were supposed to be again. Yeah, I apologize on your behalf. Yeah, tell it right. So you're not going to make it again? No. You're going to make about one. Yeah, you're going to make one of them, one of the appointments. But it's cool. They'll forgive you. All right.
You see how many people? You see what it means? Yeah. All those people come here, not only because this is IRFM, a big top, but they come here because this is their place.
That is quite true. All right, we take a quick... we're going to go to the local and international headlines. Good morning, Sister P. We're going to go to the local and international headlines and come right back.
This is news from IRFM, Jamaica's non-aligned news voice.
Good morning. I am Cherie Hay with the local and international headlines. Industry, Investment and Commerce Minister Anthony Hilton says the importation of damaged motor vehicles has been identified as a potential area for job creation and increased business development, which would positively impact Jamaica's economy. He says this engagement will also go a far way to assist in better positioning Jamaica to become the 4th global logistics hub. Mr. Hilton says Jamaica is already the major transshipment port in the Caribbean, and this projects will be used to the country's benefit through the creation of the Special Economic Zones, which will be a vehicle for establishing the facilities in which repairs to imported damaged vehicles will be conducted, depending on the scale and scope of the investment. The minister made his remarks while speaking at the Trade Board's second Imported Damaged Vehicles Stakeholders consultation in Kingston recently. Education Minister Reverend Ronald Thwaites has welcomed the expansion of subjects offered by the Caribbean Examinations Council, CXC, in technical and vocational areas. He says of note are courses in tourism, agricultural science, entrepreneurship, the performing arts, as well as physical education and sports, which are being offered in the Caribbean Secondary Education Certificate, CSEC, external examinations. The minister was addressing the CXC's annual awards ceremony for the top performing students in its 2014 external examinations recently. Reverend Thwaites says the move by the CXC to increase offerings in vocational subjects is in keeping with a policy decision by the ministry to integrate technical and vocational education and training into the local secondary school curriculum. Some 2,000 needy Jamaicans received food, relief packages and gifts at the annual Christmas treat of local charity group Food for the Poor in partnership with the Salvation Army in Kingston recently. The treat was part of the two charity organizations' annual mandate to help the poor and renew poor in spirit during the season of Christmas. Executive Director of Food for the Poor, David Mayer, says the gesture helps to restore hope to many who are dispossessed. Mr. Mayer says his organization will be hosting other treats this month for other needy Jamaicans, including one for children at King's House next Tuesday, December 16. And in news overseas, a typhoon is sweeping across the eastern Philippines, toppling trees and power lines and threatening coastal areas with a powerful sea surge. More than 500,000 people have fled coastal villages in the area, which was just still recovering from Typhoon Haiyan last year. In Tacloban, where thousands were killed by Haiyan, roofs have been blown away and streets are flooded. Finally, the U.S. government says it has released 6 Guantanamo Bay detainees and sent them to Uruguay for resettlement. A Pentagon statement identified the men as 4 Syrians, a Tunisian and a Palestinian. All 6 had been detained as suspected militants with ties to Al-Qaeda, but were never charged. Those were the local and international headlines. News is next at 11:45. You can go online to irfm.net to view some of the stories. From the IRFM newsroom, I am Cherie Hay.
Good morning, Kabu.
There you go. There you go, Sophie. I just that I've had the name for about 10 years, Sophie.
You know, I had to tell somebody the other day, they said, she just got that name. I said, in fact, she has had that name for a very long time.
But 20 years, actually, 20, because of 1990.
Wow, that's a long time. I didn't know it was that long.
25 years, that's to be 1990, no. Tell the truth. 25 years.
That's how long you know you?
A lot before that, don't you? But it's a big good to see you. Stop what you think about all that just unfolding today. I know you were there on some of the marches. We talk about this day out. What do you think about what you see happening there today?
I think it's wonderful to see this many people, but I have to be quite honest. On every one of the marches that we have had, it has been very few of us out there. In fact, it was embarrassing. I've appealed to people. Winnifred is a cultural institution for the parish. And almost everybody in this parish, one time or another, has been to Winnifred Beach. Yet still, whenever we have any demonstration, it's the same people. We're always the same people. And unfortunately, a lot of those people who are from other countries who have chosen to live in Jamaica, they're the ones who have been put here. Wherever the next demonstration is, or wherever they are needed, because many people make the thing stronger. So I do hope that whenever we have to get out there again and we call on the people, that they will turn out. And I know that the next phase is trying to get the roads fixed. Now, as a woman, we may not be able to use the picker or whatever, but we can throw out rock stones, we can help to level the place, because we have done it in other rural communities. But please don't let this die. Please don't let this be just a day of fun and beach for everyone. Hard work is needed, and I have to congratulate all the people who did all of the hard work. And I do not want to forget the lawyer, Yvonne Rigard, who was there for them. You know, there's Cynthia, Marjorie, Kyle. There's some of them that I don't know. I mean, they've been in the marches. But big them up every time. Big them up every time.
Thank you for pointing us again to the lawyer, because we talk and the lawyers always get put on bad to little man. Yvonne, good work.
Remember, Rigard went to Ghana with us in 1997. That lives in September. That's her sister.
Okay, there you go. See, it makes it even better. Good morning, Yvonne. Thank you so much for the work that you have done. All right, and we're standing here with another trustee of the Winnifred Beach and G-Jam, John Baker from G-Jam. How are you doing, Mr. John Baker?
Very well, thank you.
You've been in Portland, and this has been mentioned just now. Jamaicans who have, persons who have come to Jamaica, live in Jamaica, and have made Winnifred Beach also their issue. Why was it important to you?
Simply because it's the most beautiful beach in Jamaica. It's the most natural. There's nothing like it. It's one of the last beaches here. And I recognised when I first came to Portland about 25 years ago that this must not be changed at all. And so GDAM, who we're now the largest private employer in Portland now with our various hotels, studios and construction, decided to take this on and to support everyone down here. All of our parties are held here and we do events down here, and it's just incredible. We'd hate to see this change in any way at all.
And you had some pretty top-of-the-line visitors. Do they normally come here? We've been real celebrities. I mean, incognito.
Absolutely, and you know what is wonderful about Portland is we have a lot of the big celebs from Katy Perry right the way through that come in this year, and they come down here, and they just part of the family, part of the vibe. No one harasses them. No one really gives any.
Don't say.
No one gives any mind to the celebrity status, which is very unique to Portland, and it's why the celebrities have been coming here since the 1950s.
This is something that not many people know. I mean, it's a people's beach. And when we see the people, that's exactly what it is. People just come in and you can be, and also be yourself.
Yeah, all our staff parties are held down here as everyone gets involved, everyone joins in. That happens once or twice a year. And now we've got quite a big staff. It's great fun down here. And I just think it's very, very important now that all of the Portland stakeholders get behind the association publicly and create a non-for-profit organisation to support the association in securing the lease from the UDT, because that, I believe, is the next stage. It's all very well that it's been granted to the public, but it's who controls it now. It's the key fact, and I believe that if we all rally around as we've done, and more of these stakeholders behind the association, then they can run it in the way that they see fit with our support and resources.
Wow, that's a powerful statement, and people listening to you, and for those who recognize your name, know that that's a pretty powerful statement coming from you.
Well, I like to think of GDAM as more of a community-based company. I've said how we've gone from like 15, 20 people to 240 now. I have to say a lot of that is to do with the support of Michael Leachin and his love for Portland. We've renovated the Trident Town Castle, and next year we start the Blue Lagoon, which I'm sure a lot of people see as a controversial move. The difference between the Blue Lagoon and Winnifred is simple. All of the land Blue Lagoon is owned privately, whereas Winnifred's was not. Having said that, Michael, and I can say this on record now, publicly on IRI, has agreed under the plans we've put together to make an area of Blue Lagoon open to access to the public. So when we start the development early next year, public, finally, Jamaicans will be able to come to the Blue Lagoon and not have to pay an entrance, unless, of course, they want to use facilities such as showers and so forth, and get onto the Blue Lagoon. So that's something to look for from GJAM in 2015.
Very good on that. Where do you see this going from here? I hear you talk about the lease, and we see the condition of the road. We hear about all the different issues pertaining to development, ongoing development. How do you see the Benevolent Society, yourself as a trustee, moving from here once the lease is granted? Let's assume the lease is granted.
Well, a lot of business these days is done through, obviously, corporate sponsorship. And then clearly, I mean, I'm in the middle of doing...
Lease is granted.
Well, a lot of business these days is done through, obviously, corporate sponsorship. And then clearly, I mean, I'm in the middle of building some roads at the moment in Sandstand, so I'm being a bit of an expert on that at the moment. That road needs a lot of work done, and it's going to be very expensive, but it is going to be key. That and obviously, you know, the sewerage and environmental issues are very key to be preserved from the get-go. So I think one of the ideas that I put to the association is looking for sponsorship, such as people like REFM and so forth, to actually come on board to help us get the road built. And
we're also trustee. Welcome.
Absolutely. We're on the same page. Well, by the same token, you know, DJ will contribute as well. So it's about everyone trying to get that road right and get a structure that creates harmony down here, which has always existed, and it shouldn't. No stipulations, rules should come in that create any turmoil, because that always will show on the vibe of the beach. So we've got to keep things on the right level, as it were.
Thank you very much, Mr. John Baker. Thank you so much for that. One of the trustees of the Winnifred Beach. We're going to take a quick break and come right back and speak with you, my brother. And a celebration of sorts as we gather on the beach at Winnifred to acknowledge the ruling of a court which says Winnifred Beach is and must remain a public beach with public access to the community, the Jamaican community. We are now standing with, give me your name, brother.
Dungo. My name is Dungo, aka CB. And Andrea, pleasant morning to you and the staff of Irie FM, and pleasant morning to all of the Winnifred Benevolent members. I am so happy that Irie FM 2 is here so we could give a live broadcast. I must mention I am here over the years. I am like one of the eldest here, not in age, but in form of having a building. Yeah.
How long have you been on the beach?
I am here since 1992. As a matter of fact, I was born and grew here. This is my beach that my grandparents is the only farm of washing the river down there when there was no water. This is where we born and grow.
I say getting some big applause there, man. So people know you've been there for 20 years.
Yes, they know me. My talk is kind of humorous, kind of sympathetic, but not really looking for no sympathy, you know. I actually was in America for a couple of years, and I got deported and come here. And, you know, 8 years in America and that view up there and come back and see Winnifred, my home, I start to create a little business here because I know it would work. You know, my place is called me yard, so you can see where it's coming from, my heart. And I know this is my veranda.
As a matter of fact, when we came down here 2 Sundays ago, by the side, we see the kitchen and we also watching, don't they?
Yes. I'm a chef. I'm a 5-star variety, my name. They call me 5-star. Yeah.
So you've been here for this long. What has the journey been like? Tell us a little bit about the challenges you've had and some of the high points.
Oh my God, Andrea. My first building was a 3-story, you know, and they burned it down. Somebody put it into flames. I come back again with that one. It was gone in flames. This is my 3rd job, you know.
I mean, somebody come in and burn down the building?
I don't even know, because at one point UDC took down one part of my building at one point. That was before the 7 years that Carla and us formed it.
And you sure that it was UDC that knocked it down? They told you that it's them?
No, it was, they were doing a contract all over this community. Not only my place, they do. They do many other places. And I still stand up. You know, at one point, one lady I just heard, she that this morning was going to look at me and said, Dungo, you are like Jacob. Or Job. And I said, what Job did? She said, Job have faith. She said, Dungo, if I was, I would look at Winnifred Beach and run past it.
Oh, wow. And that's because of the many challenges that you've had on the beach. Your shop get knocked down, burned down 2 times.
Yes. And here I am now with the Winnifred Benevolent, and we celebrating victory. And to mention the man that came on here just a moment ago, Shaka, that the people was against. I am totally against what he says too. Yeah, because he have a house here, and I can tell you.
Oh, don't say not much about him.
Yes.
All right.
I can tell you. Yeah, it is not nice that he said.
No, yeah, we're not nice to him, so we can leave it. You disagree with him.
Yeah, I disagree with him. But first and foremost, I must big up all of the wagonists too.
Don't go. That's anything of the wagonists, sir. Look here, go and pick up the wagonists, sir. Don't go.
Yes, because it's just a few of us, we demonstrate, we walk, we do all time of stuff, meetings and all about court going. As a matter of fact, I was mentioned in the court going, but I was there. Yeah, and had most of the occasions, right? So I must be mentioned in the court going too. Yes, and yes, the organist man, we glad to see him because when we was performing and working and doing this thing together, there wasn't a lot of people behind us. But now we got the beach. Thanks to God and thanks Mama Carla who formed this group, and we joined with her. And there is no other one that we would want to do it because she do it the right way. Because we want. So anything you do and you want is the right way you did it. Yes.
So but with time, God yourself for those who have come lately.
Yes, you're welcome.
Another way of saying it, you're too wicked. Alright, okay, so you've been here for 20 odd years and go through a lot of challenges, but you're happy this morning.
I'm very, very happy. Very, very happy. Victorious. And I must say morning to my mom and my lady and all who is listening. And I hope you all come down to Winnifred Beach. My place is down the yard because there's a lot of us down here. And I prepare fish, lobster and chicken, banana fritters. As a matter of fact, this morning I got rundown mackerel, boiled food and breadfruit and the other stuff. And we have conch and all this. And my son, Buddy, who's my stronghold, he's behind me a lot. And Morris and, the whole works.
We soon check him out. We soon check him. Last thing.
Well, the regular. I didn't prepare.
Oh, like tea and stuff.
Yeah, well, for tea, this man do 30 tea and towers of leaf tea. They never do no really bag of coffee.
Oh, we like the Thursday thing. Okay, this is Mitchell says she wants on Thursday. All right, thank you very much, Dunk. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, quite a lot of people gathered on the beach. Roger?
Yeah.
Where are you going?
I'm right here.
You come back on the almond tree again, Roger?
Yeah, man. Looking for it. Usually beat out almond to get out of it. Yeah. All right, I have Lee Tafari. There is a member of the Winnifred Beach Benevolent Society. He's also a part of the project No Litter.
No litter.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, man. So before you go into your thing, because there's something you have to do. Tell us quickly about the project No Litter.
Well, I as an artist, Lee Tafari, a musician, I know that a musician and artist have a lot of publicity, get a lot of attention.
Yes.
So I think of one thing that I could use to, as a banner. And this is the banner that when people see me or hear me, I want this to be the banner. For a serious situation here in Jamaica that we throw a lot of garbage and burn a lot of garbage with no care for the environment. And that this is our home and this is our place. And Jamaican people are very kindly people. But enough of the time we deal with we yard as just our gate. And we can we throw these only plastic buckles and these only styrofoam. If you think about it, when a person eats, most of the time we used to cook. But now we are eat out. And all the time box food we see in a real box. Now eating a thing named styrofoam, which lasts longer than people. So when I come out to the beach, I try to do a little cleaning up and such, and I try to clean up in the area and places where I go, not physically clean up. But I say that this has to start from within the minds of the people. Identify that we are in the paradise of creation, which is Jamaica. Perfect balance, perfect climate, perfect weather, best food, most strong, fastest man, We have all these things as our benefit that the Most High has blessed us with. And we're paid attention to in creation probably more than anywhere else. So we as Jamaicans have to be that example, and make the world know to hear no littering. We're not going to deal with it. I was saying, I sing a song also named Free Beach.
Yes, and because that's what I'm going to go to next.
Yeah, Free Beach. And I see the manifestation that they cannot turn this beach no longer into a private beach. It is now going to remain public, and I look forward to coming to IRI FM in a couple of years from now and seeing that Jamaica is spotless when tourists come up and play them have to take off them shoes away the place clean.
Alright, sir. So you have that no list to be tongue for us.
Well, no littering.
Yes. Yeah, man, we get chicken up here. You ready?
Winnifred Beach, and thank so much for the crowd that has gathered here on the beach, of people who have come from all over who have gathered here on the beach. Nicholas, I know you're with someone, but just give me a minute since Cynthia has to go back to the fire. Let me just talk to Cynthia quickly.
Back Cynthia quick.
Yeah, man, but let's take a minute to talk to Cynthia before she goes back to the fire. Cynthia, you know, I was talking to John Baker a while ago, and he talked about, you know, the celebrities who come into Portland and just come to Winnifred Beach. You have run into quite a few, don't you? Tell me about the story with Celine Dunn.
Yes, I was there once, and there were some people from Trident, which is John Baker, and I didn't know it was Celine who came here, and there were some Italian came to me and said, Cynthia, do you know who is that? And I was like, no. I said, yes, that is Celine Dion. And I was like, wow. That was good. So you see a lot of different people from all over the world. Shaggy, this is Shaggy Beach. Buju Banton, this is Buju Banton Beach. But Marley, children, Rita Marley, all this is their beach. And before I leave, I want to say thank you to some special people. Even though they are not alive, but I still want to give them the honor and praise that they have done for us. First, Mr. John Maxwell. Mr. Maxwell is a hero. He left. He died and he left. And he said to me, Cynthia, listen to me, girl. Don't you give up. Fight the struggle. And I know he's not here around, but I know his family is supposed to be very proud of us. The other person is Mr. Carl Beckford. Mr. Beckford is a very nice man. I met him recent, and he said, Cynthia, continue your struggle. It's not finished, but continue. There's another person who was gone. Elmot, he owned Jamaica Ice Resort. I can remember when UDC came down to evacuate some building. Elmot was the first gentleman, white man on the beach at 5 o'clock that morning. I will never forget. And he came and he was there for us. So I'm telling you, there are a lot of people who show a lot of interest, who are 100% behind us. But I'm saying, thank God for what we have done and where we are reached. And people, don't be nervous. Don't be afraid. Continue the struggle, because we know this is Winnifred Beach. This is for the poor people. This is for all different people. And all we need to do is join together as one. Come together, work together, fight together, and let the struggle go on. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I remember I'm Cynthia telling the story many times her place has been demolished, burned down to the ground and all of that. You know, so she has been continuing. But I am with a gentleman here right now, Mr. Monroe. And Mr. Monroe is one who uses the beach extensively. He's a fisherman, he's a craft vendor. Mr. Monroe, welcome to the areas of RFM.
Yes.
How long now have you been at Winnifred Beach?
Oh, 40 years we've been coming. I love Winnifred Beach.
Do you live in the area?
Yeah, I live near the area. From Boston.
Right, you have some lovely baskets. You just make a seal?
Yeah, man. It's all the while. Right down there, so. I mean, lovely people down Winnifred Beach. I love them bad.
I know you must have been nervous when you told me earlier on that you travel the island from here to Negril and all about. Yes, I mean, you face all kind of victimization on the beach.
And on Negril.
All right, to hear the Winnifred Beach, the port has ruled that it must be a public beach. How do you feel about that?
I love that, man, and I think it's a long time. Long time people want it. I mean, congratulations, you know where come look about the people.
What would you say to all the people across Jamaica who are facing the same struggles as you are facing here at Winnifred Beach?
Well, it is very dirty. And I want to emphasize people them good. Right? So therefore, I want to see Winnifred Beach really official. And we come can get some food to eat and send me fish.
Alright, sir.
One love.
Alright. So you have it on job. He's a man, a fisherman, a craft vendor, and he's a man who goes all over the island. I see a man here taking a sip of... What are you drinking, sorry, boss?
Just a shot of rum.
A shot of rum. So we can get that to Winnifred Beach, so?
Yeah, man.
So anything you want, you can get that Winnifred Beach?
Anything.
Alright, so how do you feel here in the news that the port has ruled that this must be public beach?
We feel good.
How long now have you been using this beach?
Over 25 years, from I was a kid.
And you look like you are 15 or 25 years?
Yeah, man.
Alright, sir. So really, it's a good feeling in the community there?
Yeah, from a little juvenile come down Winnifred Beach, we have whole heap of party. Don't go, whole heap of vendor. Don't go put on party down regular too. Whole heap of fun, whole heap of little youth come and enjoy themselves, swim in the water, swim in the river, go and back, eat food. Tomorrow morning to come on Winnifred Beach again, a whole heap of fun.
Alright, so finally, what would you like to see now that the court has ruled that you must have access to the beach? What would you like to see in terms of development? Any changes would you like to the infrastructure down there?
Yeah, I would like to see good bathrooms and even that them fix up themselves properly and everything organized. Everything alright so far.
Alright, so there you have it, Kabu. Another.
Thank you very much, Nick. Yes, I think, quite a few people gathered, and I know the people want to start walking with the microphone, but please don't run. I just want you to say your name and just say hello to somebody. Hello.
Good morning. My name is Dawn Francis, and this is beach. What's your name?
We're not taking away. Hold on. Winnifred Beach?
This is Winnifred Beach, our beach of Portlanders. And I must say thank you to...
But I have to hold the mic because we're not hearing you when you hold it.
Okay. Thank you for... What's her name again? Carla. And her team that fight for Portlanders. And I must say, we are very, very glad for the support of the people of Portlanders. Myself and my family has been supporting this place for many number of years since we were children. We used to go to Santan, call it, but it's called now Dragon Bay, and which people cannot go there. This is the only beach in Portland that we can go to without problem. This is tranquility for Portland.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. How are you doing, Mom?
Not too bad.
What's your name?
My name is Pearl Powell.
And Pearl, well, let me just give you a chance to start about Winnifred Beach because I know both of you together and you've been coming here for a long time.
Yes, I've been coming here for quite some time. It is our beach and we want it to stay a public beach. We listen to you every single Sunday.
Thank you so much.
We have been following this beach fight for quite some time. Really, this is our island. We have got to have these places so we can go. There shouldn't be anywhere in Jamaica that we cannot go. And most of us feel strongly about the fact that we should have our beaches all remain public. So we want to congratulate the people that have fought for it and keep up the fight. And we're all behind you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Very strong. Well said. Greetings.
Greetings.
What's your name?
Dubal.
Dubal from this area?
Yeah.
How often you come to Winnifred?
Almost every weekend.
All right. You anybody want to pick up?
Yeah, big up my brethren them. I'm a taxi driver friend them. Big up my wife Carol. Everybody.
All right, we just take some big up now. Actually, you know, for big up. What do you think? What is it about what's going on so far?
It's really positive, and the turnout is very tremendous down here today to show the support behind the team that is fighting for the beach. We just want to say thank you to the community members who came out, and also to ensure going forward that the proper management structure is put in place Because you don't want at the end of the day, they say we give them the beach and they can't manage the beach. The place full of garbage. Just want to ensure that it is managed properly, that we can say yes to really one victory.
I know, actually, I'm disappointed. I don't know about this. So the mayor and council for the area, Mr. Benny White, was invited to be here. He did agree to come in, but then he disinvited himself by saying that there are too many issues, and so that he didn't come. You know, to me, that is Mr. Benny White. Hold on, Mr. Benny White. Mr. Mayor. It don't look good. Greetings, my sister.
All right. Yes, Sister Andrea. Give thanks and praises and love for the high strength. Always defending the right. But this is Mama Fire. I really couldn't stay home today. I really laugh today, so because I a warrior on the battlefield for truth and right. I will give thanks to this step. When I reach here this morning, I remember Title victory, woman who fight for victory. And backlash, I don't know them come and take when me place at Portland around so we have the big ground. So me stand up with them people if you see the unity, because the unity is strength. And if we get unity, everything will accomplish. And from here, I know, say we are going to have this beach to come every time we want to come and free up ourselves and enjoy ourselves, because I just so bad and I just so full place.
For persons who are listening who might not know, you know, even those persons listening on the internet, and we apologize to our listeners on the internet because I know they broadcast it a bit choppy for those who are listening to the live stream, but you're still hearing us, so we apologize for that. But I know that for those persons who are living overseas who think that, you know, what Jamaica is an island, Jamaica is a paradise. Every time you hear about Jamaica, you know, you hear about the sand and the sea and fauna and so on, that you probably would not, you're finding it almost unbelievable that people are here on the grounds at Winnifred Beach today celebrating this partial victory as a massive victory, the victory of being able to go to the beach. It not done good. It don't done good. If we are together here in our numbers, celebrating that them grant access to go to the beach. How many years of independence? How many years after slavery? That grant we access to go to the beach. Bongo Herman, he not done good. He not done good. No. How you do this, babe?
Yeah. There is Sandra. Big up yourself. What I want to say, up you mighty race, you can accomplish what you will. Andrea, enough big up today. Yeah, and spiritual inspiration. When you sound the trumpet, we did it. Carla, big up to yourself. Sister P, big up to yourself. Our beach. Every summer, we have back to school street down here for the children. Them. All the rest of beach them in Jamaica, everything we want in Jamaica, all we have to do, stand up and fight we want. And 7 years, people them fighting and give thanks for victory. Hip hip, hooray! Hip hip, hooray! Big up Portland! And you can't stop in the spirit.
And Sister Dawn, you're somebody who was when you just out thrown away a march, right?
When I throw away a march, and when we I see all the white people them fighting for the beach. And when we look and say, we live here and we to fight, I am work with them. The one down.
Thank you very much, Sister Dawn. Sister Dawn, greetings, my brother.
Greetings, sister. Yeah, I love Wagwan. And my name is Tyler, you know. And we have been fighting a long time. And we love our FM coming and associate. Pick up all the people in our world. We have to one love. Everybody just get together and full beat. And we love that. We love Wagwan. Pick up on yourself.
Otep, my sister.
Just want to remind some people who may remember. I wasn't here, but I'm told by people. I am 70 and March. I'm told by that there was a time when young people were sent by their parents to this very beach to get water, sea water, because they were going to boil coconut oil. I don't know if any of you remember. So they This beach has been a part of this and all the communities surrounding for many, many years.
You know, I heard Sister P saying that Winnifred Beach represents part of the cultural heritage of Portland. We invited the culture ministry and she couldn't, the culture minister, and she could not make that connection. I don't have a spokesperson. Was it a spokesperson who spoke for her? But somebody, I don't think the culture minister would have said that, but somebody said that she cannot make that connection between Winnifred Beach and culture. But Winnifred Beach is part of the cultural heritage of Portland, Jamaica.
I want you also to know, look at the map. There is no Winnifred Beach. There's Fairy Hill Beach.
All right, there you go, Fairy Hill Beach. I know something about that. Yeah, greeting.
What I should say, good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Winnifred Beach. You know, it's a public beach because of Miss Carla and Cynthia. They let it public to all Jamaica and the people of the world. So we so congratulate that we could get people from all over the world and make themselves welcome. So now that we can see that Carla and Cynthia is the godfather for the beach. And you can say, Godmother, I'm you.
We're going to say Godmother, you know. But let me ask about the accent. Let me ask about your accent. Where you get the accent from? Godfather. Where you get the accent from? You know, you're talking
ladies, children, and everyone.
That is true. You
can say Godfather, you say Godfather.
You go on about that.
Covered everything.
No, it's okay. We understand what you're saying. All right, but you're just saying welcome to everybody, right?
We gotta say to the people of Jamaica, we almost let the people come here in Jamaica from the foreign country. Now, some of we should be ashamed to see that a foreign person have to come here to save our beach for us. And not so much of us in Jamaica and don't come and stand up for us to save us.
But as Carla said to Dr. Bloomfield, better late than never. How you doing, my brother?
Good morning.
I should no, man, you get enough time.
Good morning, Andrew Williams. I know how you're doing.
Well.
Well, I'm glad for the lady to fight for Winnifred Beach. It's a very long time. And I appreciate everything she done for us, that we can have access to Winnifred Beach. And
I can't go too far because we're losing you.
Yeah. And normally, the last thing I have to say is a big up my friend in Clarence and Gabby. This is Willie. One love and take care, Ellis Kelly. God bless.
My dad. All right, who's next?
Well, my name is Doreen, and I am one of the vendor on beach. And I give God thanks and praise to Miss Carla and Cynthia because when this beach was here, I'm here as from a baby. So I know this beach was stayed. This side mostly have banana. So you know that I'm here more than 20 years down here. And when the UBC was fighting for the beach, if it was Miss Carla and Cynthia, the beach was gone. And I give thanks and praise for Cynthia and Carla. And this is the two words I have to say.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much. How are you doing, my brother? How are you doing? I never notebook of yours now.
Okay, I'm doing great. Yes, good morning, Jamaica. This is Anis, the sun-fired gourmet. I'm here just to give my people support. I'm now a resident of Portland.
I thought you were in Brazil.
Well, I was in India yesterday. I just reached it last night.
I'm a mental man. All right, but welcome, Larry. So tell me, but you living in Portland now?
Yes, I'm at Bayview Resort. We're setting up Sun-Fired Culinary Institute and Wellness Center here.
You know this beach very well.
Yes, I do. I always bring my guests here when they come to retreat with us here in Jamaica.
All right, Larry. It's so good to see you, my brother. So good to see you. How are you doing?
Bless up. I'm a name Jack Tiger, artist from Portland. See? You see, this honesty, no run nothing. It done everything. You see, honesty, if them pull together in an honest way, the most I will do the best. I bless.
Well said, well said. Hey, greetings, how you doing?
Yeah, best of love, Kabu. Yeah, man, I give thanks to the president and the RFM team, you know. If you have place like this where I just come first, when I hear about, Winnifred Beach, and you're 5 for 5. and really walk one. And I say, I always put out the energy, you know, to really situate like this, be public to the people. And I give thanks, you know, I appreciate it. I can't do more than what I really do, man. Just keep it up and be strong.
Give thanks. Book Herman, know everything. You just come?
Yeah.
How come?
I'm good, you know. I've come. I couldn't mix this, you know. For I see you, remember me tell you, I got to bring port repatriation about that too.
Hold on, that. Bongo.
Let's go and have some fun.
I can't sing because I can't.
Beach where there's a party. You know, we have wildlife.
I should be able to give a line to you know. You have a song that you will line out today?
You know, man. Yeah.
African woman, stand up with the African man in a Gideon and make him strong.
See that? Alright. But Bongo Herman, we're good to see you.
Peace. I'm Secret Selassie. It's good to be here for the first time.
Great to see you. Great to see you. So, Bongo Herman, I know you have a team. Who is upon your team? Greeting.
Well, give thanks for you, IRFM, the people of Portland. Fight for the beach and with it. I forgot all over the island and search for the same situation and clear it up. Because it's ours. We are the government. See, it's wildlife. I know from wildlife that I will pick up all people who have old things. In a me old Corolla, because in a me old Corolla, and it was in a me old Corolla. She said she love me, she wanna be my lover. Big Winnifred Beach.
You don't care come Winnifred Beach. That line that you wait for you know. For you in that old pool and you care come Winnifred Beach. You don't care come Winnifred Beach.
Yeah, you Andrea. I want all the people in the area where they meet come down to the beach now. And listen to me. I'm a drummer, I'm a mugger, I'm a trimmer. And we're going to do a nice performance so that you don't feel no way. So leave in the house and come down here. Come enjoy this and full enjoy this. This is history. And we should be a part of this history.
Give thanks to your Bongo Herman himself for that. Roger.
Yes, Cabo, I'm there. With Gayut from the area. Gayut, what are your thoughts on the overall court ruling?
Blessed love, man. First and foremost, I want to say thanks to Cabo and the IRFM team, you know, to be a part of this great initiative. Yeah, man. I see the people in my face, random idiots atrocities. And I agree with this endeavor is to demolish them atrocities and see the people them grow wise and clever. Afar, play it. Fair people, big up. All of the senior people.
Genus, I want to burn this, me in a district. So you don't big up my wife and my kid home, so.
So what's the name?
Yeah, my name is Dwayne, otherwise called Bada.
Yeah, where you come from, Bada?
Long Bay.
Alright, okay. Happy birthday to you.
Alright, thank you.
7 years, December 7th. Make it historical.
It's not 7 year old.
No, yeah, it's not 7 years old. It's 7 years struggle.
It looks like my 27.
You're 27? Oh, 27. Yeah, how much?
Right, 47. Put that 47.
Yeah, 7 in your birthday, then 7? No, 7 at night. Alright. Nigga knows, I see some folks, well, not definitely with you, but near to you.
See a lady came out with me and she's wearing the free Winnifred Beach.
I just talked to her.
You just talked to her.
Yeah, you see the horse, you see that the horse. No, the horse man, because last time he came here, you see the horse, it was rain.
Yes,
by the way, you talk about rain. It actually, hold on. It has been raining in Portland for about 2 weeks straight, don't it?
Up to Thursday.
Even up when I came up here on Thursday, a lot of water was over there too. The beach was under a lot of water.
The parish
no rain today. Today's a blessed day. Today's a blessed day.
I want
the rain is also a blessing, but you know, because of the event that we have, we really appreciate the rain-free.
We talk somebody.
I walked about yesterday because when I came here to present, I was like flooding.
Yeah, because we're in a meeting, a production meeting, and you told me that I had to buy, you asked me if name goulash or goulash.
Yeah, as you can see, the beach is lively. You see horses, you see vendors, you see craft, you see food, you see children.
sunshine, hot
and sunshine. So I think that we should think about where we go forward. But there is one thing that
I want to go there, so don't move 1 minute. Let us talk to the gentleman with the horse, with the young man on the horse. Oh.
Yes, Abu. So yesterday when I came down here, this man was on the beach doing his thing. Sir, what's your name?
Gilly Scott.
How long have you been on the beach?
All my life.
That's about how many years, sir?
66 years.
Wow, that's probably the longest I heard so far. Tell us, I see you're doing horseback riding. How good is this business?
Not so good at the moment. At first it was, but I lose some of my horses, and sometimes after I just relax a bit.
Okay. Things nice now, and I mean, I see you have a nice little man on your horse.
Yes.
So basically, how do you feel about the victory? You know that the court has ruled that they can't really kick you off the beach, you can continue your horseback riding business.
How I feel about it?
Yes.
But I go with the audience, I go with whatever the crew says.
Alright, so the heart want to move along, Andrew.
Talk to a lady who me meet your friend. I've been know her for a long time. She take care of me like one time I want to tell her. She remind me tell her say me not like liquor, me like big space. And me tell her, me sorry, me never call her before me come down because me not do like me home. Yes, where else now, Anand?
No want you talk to me for no man.
Yeah, say hello to somebody, man.
Me no want to know
She no wants to know to nobody but man. Mr. Producer's working very hard. I do not know if it's a time season. And it's hello, no man. Alright, now so thing now. Come back and talk to Carla. Alright, thank you, Michelle.
Western Union, moving money for better. The time by Western Union is...
Right, thank you so much for working around in the studio. As we kind of just close this session live on air, but long after we have wrapped, I mean, people are still coming in. I can see people coming into the short path with the shortcut, really. People are still driving down. Lots of folks coming in. We appreciate that. I just want to wrap up a bit and to talk a little bit now about the forward movement and where do we go from here. Last week on air we heard the UDC manager mentioning quite clearly that the next step for him and what he sees is a coming together of the parties, of the stakeholders, and that they haven't written off anything in terms of what UDC can do, would do, and usually do anyway, inclusive of leasing the beach. So, Carla.
I cannot talk for UDC, right? I can't. I have seen the press release where there is no mention of working as a team with local stakeholders. I don't like to assume, and I want to know what they want to do. I know what we want to do. We want to keep doing what we have done until now, but we need to do it better. To do better what we want to do, which means having a beach, which is going to be not only a place where you come and swim, but you come and gather. You come and share with other people in the community. So we welcome, for example, the schools, the churches, parties, and whatsoever. To do that, we need to do a couple of things. First the bathroom, second the road. Or maybe first the road and second the bathroom. To do so, we need some funds. We have access to funds. The story that a beach to be properly run need a big entrance fee is not true. You can get funds for projects, social funds, environmental funds, without putting the burden on the shoulders of the people coming to the beach. As far as we do not have something in our hand, it's very challenging to go and apply for them. So we are in standby, but we are ready. We already have a plan. We have make it public more than one time. As I said before, I'm happy for this day. I'm happy that you, Irish people, and you personally, you, Andrea, came down. Because you are our voice. But I still feel fear. I feel fear, I confess it. I am not sure. The only thing I can say that we will have to try.
Well, I understand the fear and it's palpable in terms of what will happen from here. The UDC was invited today. The UDC is not here. The mayor was invited. The mayor disinvited himself. And so that itself to me is sending a signal to those who are gathered here today that collaboration is not necessarily on the top of the agenda right now for either the UDC or the mayor. The member of parliament came in and he said kudos to him. We will be listening back to the speech he made, the interview itself, and to keep. We have a moral obligation to remember.
Right.
And that's part of what we're going to do.
Right, we have more than obligation and we are ready to fulfill it. As you said before, if somebody wants to work as a team, is supposed to show up here. We are the same as usually on the battlefield, and we will say tomorrow is another day. It's not a holiday day, and everybody will go back where it's coming from. We will stand, we will stay. We are not Martin Luther King, but we have a dream. The dream is to have a free, peaceful, clean, lovely beach for the joy of everybody.
All right, and I think that with that we can go forward, look forward to where the struggle goes from here. IRFM, Go Broadcasting Company, is a trustee, and we stand with the people. We heard John Baker from GJAMS today. He's also a trustee standing with the people. Now, to me, those are two powerful organizations standing with the people. We ask the mayor, Benny White, will you stand with the people? We ask the UDC, the chairman, Eddie Knight. We ask the general manager, Mr. Malcolm, will you stand with the people? We're very happy to have had on our team and working very, very, very closely with the broadcast today, ensuring that it happened, and not to put it on the spot in terms of what the SDC is doing, but I know that the fact that you are here, Aishi Hope, means that you're standing with the people.
Most definitely, this is definitely what we are encouraging, community taking action for change for themselves. So as part of our mandate, we are on board to support the organization, strengthen the organization and partnering with the organization.
Thank you so much, Aishi Hope. And Roger, Nick, we're wrapping this segment. You're standing with the people, Roger. I can see that.
Straight all the
yes,
time.
yes.
I just want to ask Aishi, in terms of, government,
you are government.
Can Aishi be going to talk on behalf of the government?
No, man, I'm saying that because the government, you're sure there's no conflict here.
Can you answer that? Our mandate is community development. That is our mandate from the government. It's constituted in the Act, and the social development, that is our main focus, to work with communities to take action and participate in decision making through strong community-based organization, research, and development of projects and programs.
I'm going to tell Muta that is to put Aishi on the spot.
Just to say,
I know that is Muta Makimam, that is Muta Makimam.
Aishi, the SDC, basically, they have petitioned the government to give groups a voice, a legal voice. So, SDC is probably one of the best agencies of government in terms of working for the people. So, Aishi is a part of the good agency.
We're sure about that because we just learned that Aishi, we're coming down and we need help from the SDC, and she said, all right, this is what you want, this is what you want, this is what you want. That's the first time I'm seeing her since that, and it's all done.
Well, we're glad that she has made it clear so that we don't have this perception that there's a conflict. So good.
Yeah. No, it's not SDC, the UDC, two different things.
I know, but government.
No, man, that's two different stuff, man.
No, not two different governments.
You can see that.
Yeah.
No, but you're learning this morning that the crown is different from the government, now the UDC might be the crown.
Exactly. You never know. All right, so as we wrap things up, just a really, really lovely experience here today, Nick and Roger, and lovely sunshine.
Yes, because when we came here, it was very dark, and it was a lovely sight to see the coming out of night and how the sun is coming across castle and the beautiful sight of the beach.
Yes.
You know?
Really nice to see the community and coming from through the hills and all over, people just filing in, children, adults, grandma, grandpa, everybody. It's really a lovely atmosphere. It's a family affair.
It's a family affair. Very eclectic crowd too on the beach here at Winnifred Beach. You know, the first time I broadcast from Winnifred Beach was a very weird situation. It is when mobile phones were just coming and they were massive. You remember the phone, but they
could ask
that one will cause speed for themselves. Yes, and I remember that I did my report somewhere in one of them 3 years. But it was all bush door, it had been inside there. And that was just some telephone call-ins. And you know, it's interesting. It was politics. It's politics I'm talking about. This is a political issue that we are now facing here on Winnifred Beach. A social issue, a political issue, and a cultural issue in terms of how we move forward. It is going to be rough. We can see that. The mayor is absent.
The UDC is absent.
Yes.
And I think that's no surprise there.
No surprise.
Say to the people, really, we are with you and we are going to do whatever we can to work with you to ensure that your dreams are realized.
Missed opportunity. And shame on you, Mr. Benny White, and shame you, UDC, for not...
Dreams are realized.
Missed opportunity. And shame on you, Mr. Benny White, and shame you, UDC, for not turning up here today. It's still not too late, though. But for Mr. Benny White and for the UDC, can we just say that it's still not too late? The people are going to be here on the beach for a little while longer. And if you're it's Bongo man, they will drum already, you know. So, you know, so you can still come and even just dance on the beach with the people. If that you can do. But this is all we're going to have to say goodbye for today. The struggle continues, but victory is certain. One of the things that we want to stress is that Winnifred Beach is a model. And if this model is, if we don't see this model through to the end, then the prognostication for the other beaches don't look so good. And I suppose, but my thing, prognostication, I tell us it don't look so good. So wherever you are across Jamaica, whether it is on from Branch Point, Negril Point, where you are being told to move, to leave from the beach that you have been bathing in and swimming in and cooking on the beach and just hanging out with your family for over 20 odd years, 25 years at least. Don't move.
The symbol victory of the people.
That is Winnifred Beach. Quick word for me before we go, Cynthia.
Oh, I want to say thank you all for coming out this morning, especially Andrea and her team and all the rest of the people that are here today. And I hope that's not only for today, but forever and ever. Thank you all. Come, join us and continue the struggle with us until we are satisfied with what we want. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Carla. Thank you so much. We just heard there from Cynthia. Thank you so much, Aishi. And I want to say thanks to the outside broadcast team. Of course, I'm Kambuma at Keru, Nicholas Evans, Roger Hansford in the studio. Well, on the ground here, my producer, Michelle Scott, broadcast assistant, Monique Price, and our chief engineer on the ground, Ricardo Paul, doing a brilliant job as usual, and our technical assistants, Romaine Murray. Thank you so much for the great work that you all did here today. Thanks to Cynthia, Cynthia Shop for providing the food. Thank you, Cynthia. And to the people who went to court, took this to court. Cynthia, where you going with something? Cynthia, where you going with that? You know, Cynthia, Cynthia can't give back. You know, make them and collect the give back.
I'm taking the picture.
Thank you so much, Cynthia. Look here. All right, thank you so much.
Andrea, on behalf of Winnifred Benefit Society and all of you and every year, I want to just present you this little gift basket. You will enjoy it. I know you will enjoy it. And thank you again. A million thanks.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Cynthia. I'm just going to hold on to it and then Nick will take it so that Aisha can take the picture. Cynthia, you really put me on the spot, you know. But you like so
Mayor's food basket will never empty.
Oh, thank you. All right. It's a photo happening here right now. Thank you so much, Cynthia. All right. Thanks. I appreciate that. All right. Once again, Joe Samuel King was deceased, Isilda Williams, Hortense Allen, Elfreda Williams, Barbara Simpson, Cynthia Miller, Carla Gulato, Joy White, Albert Dunga Beckford, Doreen Simpson, Margaret Simpson,